Hey! Hello! Hi. What?
Hi.
Why are you laughing already?
I'm laughing at Rafe because it was just abrupt. I don't know. I liked it.
Abrupt.
Abrupt. It was
What was abrupt?
his sound that he made.
Oh, okay.
Got in quick.
Hey, did we all do okay yesterday not using our phones?
Ladies and gentlemen, I have an announcement to make.
What?
Oh, you did?
$10.
Already out.
I'm out.
How did you?
Already out.
That's
did
amazing.
You forget? This was your idea.
I know.
Learn, you hold the cash.
I'm
Trust you the most.
trying to do the Kramer when he comes in. He goes,
I'm out.
I'm out.
Dang
and he
it.
stands there with his hand on his shoulder.
Where did you touch your phone at?
It was this morning. Okay, so yesterday I did so fine. I'm out of the contest. I did so I did so fine, and then this morning I was half in my driveway, half out turning, and the wrong podcast was on. And I grabbed my phone and changed podcast, and I went, no!
Well, I appreciate your honesty.
Wow.
No, we got a thing going on here. You know, with that new don't text and drive law. Don't even pick up your phone and change your podcast law.
Right.
Yeah, I was
We're
not.
trying to do our part.
I was not even past my next door neighbor's house, and I caught myself.
Yeah, I have learned something from this is that Siri doesn't listen very well.
No.
So try to talk to her, tell her to do something. And then, so yesterday, majority of the time I was driving I went up to Troy, then Warrenton. I had the radio off because it was just not working. And it's just, my phone's sitting over there and you're like, if I could just touch it, I could make things happen. But nope.
Don't touch your phone.
Don't do it.
She owes $10, or else you'll be out too.
And it's weird how often.
Here it is.
I'm out.
Well, he does the thing with his hand. I'm out of the contest.
He's standing there.
What?
Yeah, I'm out of the contest.
That's Moon.
Man.
I'm out of the contest.
Yeah, did you realize how much you use your phone when you're driving?
Oh, there were times on my way home yesterday I was like twitching. I was like, oh, I just want to pick it
Yeah,
up.
it's weird.
Look
I
at
just want to pick it up.
I thought it was good.
Scratching our necks.
I just want to pick it
That would
up.
have been good too. I wasn't thinking. Like leaving here, I bet you I could do it every day easily, and I'm going to continue to try.
Right.
But it was just out of the house. It was like a force of habit. It was the wrong podcast, and I was like, oh, I think there's a new episode of thing, and then I realized I was looking at it, and I was like, no,
You're out.
I freaked Tina out coming back from Sam's Steakhouse because we went there and I didn't know I had to. Chelsea was with us. She's like, oh, can you take me back to my hotel? And I was like, oh, yeah. And Tina was in the back, and I go, put it in Waze for me. She goes, why? You do it. And
Put
I
it
go,
in Waze
"Can't."
yourself.
Can't touch it.
She goes, what do you mean you can't? And I go, don't ask questions. Just put it in Waze. I made her put it in my. I was like, I don't remember if we said GPS was okay or not.
No, you can't pick up your phone and do anything.
We were already rolling. We were at a stoplight.
We're trying to.
I can't believe I remembered. I was like, I'm going to be out so fast.
See, and that's what it was. For me, almost picking it up, and I did not. Swear on my children, did not pick it up. It's I'm not even thinking about it because I do it so often. We're trying to be lawful citizens here.
Yes.
On the Riz Show.
This is the first contest that somebody's going to win in like 31 hours. You know what I mean?
I will not win. I'm just surprised I wasn't the first one out, really.
I'm right out.
I mean, this was your idea, so I'm surprised
blew it.
you were the one.
Hey, man, I blew
Yeah, I
it.
thought you were a lock. You were definitely odds on.
Yeah.
I thought you know what? Chances are, if we try it again, I'll do well. But the code is the code. Honor is honor, and I blew it.
Well, there's going to be a lot of people in cars over the next couple of days. This weekend is Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Snuck up out
Yeah,
of nowhere.
summer of 2023
Forgot
is
about
just
that.
about over. And this summer's been all about travel.
Oh, so the kids are probably off school, huh?
Oh, yeah, Monday. And listen, Labor Day weekend is going to be a lot of people on the road. And according to AAA and booking data, which this includes flights, hotels, rental cars, cruises, domestic travel bookings for the holiday weekend are up 4% from last year. So the roads are going to be packed. Everybody heading out to the lake, maybe one last time. One last time for the season. So what are the best and worst times to travel this Labor Day weekend? People are going to start traveling today. Like, people have taken Thursday and Friday off.
I love those people.
That's a good idea. Should we follow?
You could leave anytime.
Oh, thank you.
Thursday, 4:30.
All right, so
bad
today. So AAA is determined there are the best and worst times to drive. So today, worst time to drive between 12 and 8 p.m. Best time to drive right now, before 7 a.m. Thursday, worst time 12 to 8. Best time before 7. Friday, worst time 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Best time before 11 a.m. Saturday, you guys should be all right. Saturday, worst time 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Best time after 6 p.m. Sunday, all right. Monday, worst time 10 a.m. to 6.
Who's everybody going?
Best time after 7. I ain't going nowhere.
What do people in our area do when they leave town? Is it like a
Go to the lake.
last lake thing?
Go to Innsbruck.
Gotcha. So last chance at Ozarks or maybe Branson or Innsbruck type things, and that's it for the summer.
That's it.
Close her up.
That's it. That's or one last, and they're leaving maybe today. One last beach vacation.
Gulf Shores gonna be packed with Cardinals hats.
Overall traffic is expected to be worst tomorrow afternoon and all day Friday. So plan accordingly. And by the way, gas average nationally is $3.78 a gallon.
Have you still not been to the St. Louis Azores,
I have not.
known as Gulf Shores?
I have not.
That's where
I have not been there.
That's our
That's
Hawaii.
a cool little
man.
area, man.
Although today is National Beach Day.
Oh,
Today is National Beach Day. Are we all beach bums? We like going to the beach?
I'm not a tremendous fan. I enjoy it, but
Yeah, I could live on it.
I do enjoy the beach.
Yeah. Give me that sand. Give me that salt. I'll take
Shocked?
Very.
You don't
See
see me
like-
as a beach guy?
Nah.
Go to the beach every year.
Going and liking are two different things. Mm-hmm. I see you. I just can't see you as a like cool with the sand guy. Like you're gonna come in the house.
I got to do it the right way.
Okay.
I prepare.
Go on.
I prepare fully to go to the beach.
You got your sand socks on?
Oh yeah.
Sansa.
I'm not a blanket on the ground guy. You give me a lounge chair.
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that's smart.
Give me a lounge chair.
No stand up in this crotch.
I'm not staking down a blanket.
Big fan of beach service.
Oh yeah.
Like I'll pay the $20 or whatever, or get a condo that has it.
yeah.
I like that.
Oh, listen,
you
we
just
go-
wake up. There's already an umbrella and 2 chairs out there.
A waitress.
You go down.
Oh, when we go to a
plop.
resort, my wife is an expert at getting up at like sunup and
Putting
going
towels
down and
on
putting
chairs.
towels down on chairs.
Love that about her.
Yeah.
I don't
She's
think
the
that should be
expert.
allowed. I just don't think it should be allowed. This last place that we went to, I mean, if you weren't,
Says
if
the
you
guy
went,
getting up at 9 o'clock, not getting a chair.
if you went
Early bird gets the worm.
I'm just saying, if you weren't there before like 6 a.m., I mean, that's ridiculous. Some of these chairs, they're not. People aren't even coming back until lunch. After lunch, like,
Tough nuggies.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I said when I took their stuff and I threw it over and I said, "Enjoy it.
today.
Enjoy it when you get here."
We even got like the towel clips, like so I could clip my towel to the chair so it
So-
doesn't blow over.
You are extra.
So it couldn't
Dang.
mistakenly.
Extra.
Beach extra is what you are.
I love going to the beach.
Basic beach.
So when we go to a resort, and we usually go once a year, there's the big resort pool. We never go to the pool.
Really?
We can go to the pool anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We come to the beach to stay at the beach.
But does your anywhere pool have a swim up bar and a lot of
Yeah.
band-aids in it?
Ugh.
Ugh.
Not to change the subject,
Ugh.
but you triggered me with Band-Aid. Yesterday I was walking
It
in the
started
hallways
cool.
here, and there was a massive Band-Aid. Used Band-Aid on the floor in
Where?
the studio row.
What? Out here?
Huge. Like somebody had a gash.
Wait, you found it? That's my lucky Band-Aid.
Well, it fell off.
And it's in the what?
It was yesterday.
Monster.
I go, who leaves this here?
Yeah, if I were John Kowski, the GM of this joint,
Yeah.
I'd be
It was
and
like-
I knew
Checking
that-
for wounds?
and I knew that somebody had.
It was like this big was the pad on the Band-Aid. I'm putting
Yeah, so if that fell off, you'd know it fell off.
Yeah.
And then you savage, you just left it
You
there.
left it.
I would have you fired.
Anyway, back to you.
Yeah, because it's only allowed at the pool.
Would you want to employ somebody like that?
Somebody is like that works here.
knowingly leaves a nasty, disgusting,
Yeah.
bloody bandage on the floor of Studio Row.
Right.
Would you want that person employed? Would you employ that person?
Anybody have big open wounds?
Right.
Everybody?
Check
Wound
me.
check.
Check me.
Check me.
Check me.
I do have a crack on the back.
No.
So so I'm happy National Beach Day.
Thank you.
So if you go to
with
Gulf Shores, it's at there's beaches there, white sand beaches.
Yeah, they're nice.
But that's where St. Louis people go.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's the closest. It's a straight shot beach. You can't go to Gulf Shores and not see cardinal hats.
There are cardinal hats.
Yeah, and
There are blues hats.
and we're from St. Louis, so we're friendly. So you see that and you go, "Oh, hey, what part of town you guys from?" And everybody starts talking. Oh, no way! You grew up next to my
every
aunt."
time, I'll have a blues hat on,
Right.
or a cardinal hat or something STL.
Yep.
Where you from, man?
From Chesterfield. Oh, really?
Kirkwood.
I was just there yesterday.
Do you know so
Kirkwood.
and so? Yeah, I do. Oh my God, my kids play. Yeah,
You know Lindbergh?
Yeah, I know. Look,
Manchester.
What high school you go to? Just kidding. But seriously, what high school did you go to?
cool airbrush shirt.
It's usually the visors with the fake hair. Those are the Gulf Shore people. Same people that wear the visor with the fake Guy Fieri hair on top to the games. Those are the Gulf Shore folks.
You got to wear that down there.
This Venn diagram is very small.
Is it a lot of beach bars?
No, I don't know. I've
Not
never
really. It's kind of
beach.
family.
Yeah, I've never really
Is it
done the
family?
bars.
Yeah.
Never
It
done
is
bars.
it's St. Louis Caribbean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a
White
strip.
sand, clear water. Midwest people like to see their feet in the ocean, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, nobody's.
And that Emerald Isle, that Gulf Coast, has got the clear water where like you can see what is around you. Because I've seen Jaws too much. I'm from the Midwest. When I go down there, I went to the Atlantic side one time, like Cocoa Beach, and I was like, I ain't
Yeah, it's
swimming.
murky.
I ain't swimming this mud water. Get out of here. No way.
Yeah, but
as soon as
people
seaweed touch my leg, I'm out.
People go swimming in the, at the Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah, there ain't no sharks in Lake of the Ozarks. I don't think about that.
yeah,
I'm constantly thinking about
Being eaten by
how many sharks are swimming around
it
the
is.
strait.
It is funny that he says that because not only is it like people wanting to see their knees when they're in the water, nobody really goes too far out. It's not a ton of adventures. I mean, there's no surfing really. The surfing's lousy.
Well, yeah. It was,
No diving.
So like I mean, you see people, but they're all just kind of like waiting about. I don't know, maybe 50 yards out, maybe 50 yards. It's all just like the simple, easy. We're just here to chill and let our kids play in the water and make sandcastles, and this will be great for about 4 days, and we'll maybe go down to Pensacola and watch the Blue Angels practice, and then we'll head home.
How far is that drive?
I don't know. What do
10?
you think? Yeah,
10 hours?
9 or 10.
See, for people where I grew up, if you go to the beach, you would go to the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
You go to the Jersey Shore, which would be, depending on traffic, 2 hours.
it's pretty awesome over there.
Over Labor Day weekend, expect a longer drive down to the Jersey Shore. But I did radio down to the Jersey Shore for about a year and a half. And the TV show, the reality TV show, Jersey Shore?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's real.
I believe
That is all real. There's really no dramatization there. That's real.
Gym, tan, laundry.
That was like
Oh,
your
yeah.
cousins and family, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bars and partying and all that.
Bars, partying.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot
little
of that done.
Italian orange people. I mean,
I don't think there's a lot of that.
Big
done.
hair.
oh, yeah.
A lot of
A
spikes.
lot of muscles.
My people.
A lot of gold chains. A lot of fights.
This is not a muscle beach. Gulf Shores.
no.
It's the opposite of Muscle Beach.
Dad
A lot of
They're eating mussels.
Jersey Shore is a lot of peacocks, strutting their feathers.
No. This is like cool gift shops with like,
There's a lot of dudes swimming
Funny.
with their shirts on.
yeah, different types of towels and big giant hats. And,
Offensive shirts that are funny.
yeah, almost.
I imagine it's like Lake of the Ozarks, or if you go to Branson, like the strip that's there, like with all the gift shops. That's what I imagine Gulf Shores looks like
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
town.
Ki-
Is that
kinda-
real?
Yeah, with cooler. They have
Exactly.
cooler buildings and
So-
Gulf Shores.
What about the Dells? Is that now
Oh,
a
that-
new?
Oh yeah, my
is that
mom
a new,
wants to go there.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
what
a
it
new
says.
summer destination?
Yes.
That's what everybody says.
We went through there over the winter, and it looked pretty badass.
Corey from DB's
Yeah,
has been.
that's his.
Oh yeah,
I swear he's
talked to
getting
him
paid.
about that.
This
Yeah,
is
he-
the Wisconsin.
Wisconsin
Dells?
Yeah,
Dells, yeah.
I feel like Wisconsin's paying him to talk about it because every time he's like, "Man, the Dells. My family loves the Dells." You
Yeah,
gotta-
when I went up
you
there over
gotta
the
take
winter,
him to
he gave me
Dells.
the whole rundown as to where to stay and all that other stuff.
Yeah, he
'Cause
knows
we went
it.
skiing up there in Wisconsin, up just past the Dells.
I've kind of been looking into Torch Lake.
What's that?
Michigan has like a lake that has like aquamarine Caribbean blue water. It has something to do. It's like a little secret spot. It's
Whoa.
cool. Check it out.
Torch
There's
Lake.
like Torch Lake. There's a
heard of
couple
that.
lakes
Cool
in
name.
Michigan that are like
So it's
crystal
just
clear and
Off
have
of
white
Michigan?
sand beaches and kind of look like the Bahamas or something.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Pretty
my
wild.
gosh.
What's up in
Look,
This is
Michigan?
it's like a peninsula almost.
yeah, that's crazy looking.
Look at that.
Oh, gorgeous.
Oh, it's
Heck
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, I've always
Torch
wanted to
Lake.
go to Michigan.
TripAdvisor.
Oh, that's neat.
4.5. Oh, is that 3.5 or 4.5 stars?
Oh, that's 4.5.
4.5 stars.
Oh,
Bel Air, Michigan. 49615. Here we come.
Let's do it.
Everybody in Torch Lake's like, oh, please don't send St.
Please
Louis people
don't.
up here.
yeah, it just closed.
Torch.
Yeah, no more room.
Oh,
Wow.
Torch Lake.
It's a 3-hour flight from St. Louis to get to Torch Lake.
3-hour flight. Well,
That's cool.
wherever you're heading this weekend, maybe it's to a big tourist destination. You know, there's a difference between a tourist attraction and a tourist trap. You know, a tourist trap is something that's a major letdown and totally not worth it. So USA Today just analyzed over 23.2 million Google reviews of the 500 most popular tourist attractions in the world. And they figured out which tourist attractions are least worth the trip. And 7 of the top 10 are in America, including all of the top 5.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
So again, USA Today analyzed over 23.2 million Google reviews of the 500 most popular tourist attractions in the world to figure out which ones are the least worth the trip.
Oh, I'll tell you-
7
I'll tell you a
of the
few.
top 10 are in America, including all of the top 5. I know you're going to say the Walk of Fame, but that
I
is
wasn't
not-
gonna say that.
That is not in the top 10.
What about the Statue of Liberty?
You know,
No, Statue of Liberty is actually worth it. Pretty cool.
I've been there, but
Yeah, it was
it's
all
like
right.
normally closed, though. You can't climb up it anymore, right?
Oh, yeah, I
Can't get in the Torch.
I didn't go to the island.
You
You get
haven't
in the
been
head.
you haven't been able to get in the Torch for
Since
25
9/11.
years.
No, I'll tell you.
Since I was a kid.
9/11.
The biggest letdowns. Listen, my dad is like super science nerd, geology guy. All of our vacations vacations were all out west. We saw every natural thing, national park, this and that. It's what put the love in me for this country and for everything, right? If my dad skipped it, and I was like, as a kid, like, Dad, we got to go to this, and my dad's like, absolutely not. Then you know it's not worth it because this man knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Skip 4 corners. Show me 4 corners. Yeah.
Number 1 tourist trap in the world.
Oh, you
In
serious?
the world.
The 4
Oh,
corners.
I didn't think it was going to be
The
number 1.
Four Corners Monument in Arizona, which is the intersection of Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah.
It's a piece of concrete with a thing that says
Well, yeah.
That is
But it
the
would be
number
neat to see
one
the different
No,
land.
biggest
but you gotta go.
tourist trap in the world.
You got to go like out of your way to go stand on a thing.
But it's cool to be in 4 states at one time.
Is it for about a second? And you go, okay, cool.
You're out west.
picture is neat.
There's so much more things to spend your
Here I
time
am.
on.
I'm in New Mexico now. I'm in Utah now.
Right.
Let's buy an
I'm in
airbrush shirt.
Colorado.
Let's buy a shirt.
That's it.
And you have to go through customs
point.
every time you step across one, right?
It's that
Yeah.
episode of The Simpsons where Homer's at the U.S. Embassy and he's jumping back and forth in front of that Marine, and he's like, I'm in the United States. I'm in England. United States. England. And then the Marine punches him. He's like, we don't tolerate that kind of crap here in America, sir.
So that is the number 1 biggest tourist trap in the world.
The only thing I
Four
can-
Corners Monument in Arizona.
The only thing I can think of having fun there is if let's say you're standing in what is it, Colorado, Arizona, New
Arizona,
Mexico?
New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah.
New York.
So I guess there was a short period there where you could stand on one side and smoke weed and watch and look at a cop in Arizona and be like,
Right.
nah, boo boo. But now that doesn't matter.
Show me Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore is number 50.
Yo,
Nice.
high five on that because I've been talking about how that is not worth it.
I'm still going to see it.
I
though.
want to see it,
Yeah.
but I know it's not going to
And
live
this,
up
by the
to
way,
what I want.
these are all 23.2 million Google reviews. That's how they
Okay.
figured out.
So please tell me the
Worst
world's
places are.
biggest ball of yarn's not on here.
I didn't see that.
Can I say?
That's a cool
Can I
place.
guess another?
Yeah.
Roswell, New Mexico.
That is number 5.
What?
The International UFO Museum in New Mexico.
Wow.
So we'll consider that Roswell.
I mean, the entire thing when you drive through it, you're just like, wow, man, like this. This.
So I'm
is
not going to say
tourist
Roswell
trap.
itself, but I'll say that the International UFO Museum in New Mexico, which I'm assuming is Roswell, that was number 5.
How about the Alamo?
The Alamo, I did not see it on that list.
Okay.
You know why the Alamo probably doesn't count is because remember what's
It's
across
a cool area. I mean, it's a beautiful
exactly.
area.
Across the street has the there's the museums, the Ripley's, the restaurants. Like it's still a cool strip. So
Basement.
yeah,
Still haven't found
it's
it.
got a bike down there.
The Arch did not. I didn't see the Arch on this list.
That's a surprise.
But the museum is cool. I mean, I bet you it would be on this list if the museum wasn't there or the river. The riverfront.
I don't know, the whole going up and the egg thing, and
It's pretty cool.
it's pretty neat.
I like it.
Yeah, good point. Good point. It's been a while since I've been in the egg.
I'll say like Times Square is
Hard
number
pass.
43.
Huh?
Times Square is number 43.
Yeah, Times Square is disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's Disneyfied. It used to be cool. It used to be cool back in the
80s.
in the 80s and 90s when it was all like porn shops and it was dangerous.
Triple X.
Dangerous.
What about the Hollywood sign?
Hollywood sign I did not see on here. It probably is on that list somewhere, but the Hollywood Walk of Fame is number 29.
Hey, somebody said
Hollywood sign's kind of cool because you got to hike to get to it, and you're up in the mountains, and you're looking down over
Right.
L.A. Like, I could see that being like, if you actually go to it, because
I've tried.
It's a hall, and then you're like sitting in one of the O's, like staring down over L.A. That's kind of like night.
Yeah.
It's kind
somebody
of cool.
Somebody in
Really
the
need
chat
to
said Grand Canyon. That's totally wrong. Grand Canyon is absolutely amazing.
Did not. Yeah, I didn't see that on the list. The Salem Witch Museum in Massachusetts was number 2.
Don't ruin this for me,
never
okay?
The Salem Witch Museum in
Number 2.
Massachusetts was number 2.
Dang it.
Yeah, the brooms
Going
are
to
so
Salem.
expensive there.
I don't know what this is. Number 3, the Calico Ghost Town in California.
Is that just a bunch of cats?
Calico Ghost Town in California. I'm not sure what that is, but that's the 3rd biggest tourist trap in the world.
Looks pretty cool. But I can see how it'd be boring. But I'd go.
Ghost towns in general are just neat.
Yeah.
They're maybe not like, ooh, like you're in a ghost town.
For this to be the 3rd biggest tourist trap in the world, it's got to be Caca.
Caca. Calico.
Calico
Town.
Ghost Town in California.
Like, why did
It must be like really small.
Former mining town in San
looks
Bernardino
awesome.
County, located in the Calico Mountains of the Mojave Desert region of Southern California. It was founded in 1881 as a silver mining town, was later converted into a country park named Calico Ghost Town.
Maybe they rebuilt things to make it seem like
Maybe
it's
just there's
better
nothing to
than-
do there. Maybe just.
And because look, it's like it's super small. I mean, this looks like
Yeah.
like something you walk through to get to a ride at Six Flags.
You know what? I'll bet you it is. You have to probably drive a long way to get there. And you get there, you go, okay.
Cool buildings.
Yeah.
that
Cool
aren't in
buildings that are
use.
falling down.
If you don't like the Wild
Awesome.
West, this is not going to be fun for you.
But it has a campground. Like you can see this parking lot with like buses and stuff. I can imagine like staying at the campground and walking through the ghost town at night. Maybe is kind of neat. But
I
yeah,
bet you-
this looks out of the way. Look,
It looks out of the way, and you probably got to drive 3. It's probably 3 hours from the nearest big city.
Is that where Once Upon a Time in Hollywood filmed? It looks
Yeah.
like the little ghost town in that.
Kind of looks
movie.
like it.
And then number 4 was the Crazy Horse Memorial in South Dakota.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, because it's only like a 1% done or something, right?
And it was number 4 on the list.
That is gonna be amazing. But remember, I forget the
They
story.
ran out
but-
of money.
Oh man, I forgot the story. But that's the one where it's like if you look at the design, it's gonna look incredible. But it's only like the very tip of it that's done.
So is it a new thing they've been working on, or is it?
I don't know, but it was number 4 on the list of the biggest tourist traps in the world. The Blue Lagoon in Iceland was number 6. It's the top non-U.S. tourist trap. Voodoo Donut in Oregon, that was number 9.
Yeah,
That was
see-
the thing for a while. That
this-
started a whole trend.
So this
the-
is what it's supposed to be, and this is what it is right now. It's
looks
just the
not even
face
done.
and the
Oops.
the whole. Yeah, I mean,
Crazy
when it
horse.
gets done, that's going to be sick.
yeah, it does.
But again, it's
looks
probably in the
incredible.
middle of nowhere, and you're driving all the way out there for that, which is cool to see, I guess, for a second.
How is a donut shop on this list? It's a donut shop. Like, what do you want from this?
Remember, they started the whole
They started a
wild
whole
thing.
fancy donut thing.
Okay, have a fancy donut and shut your face. Like, what else do you want?
Which
from
place is this?
Voodoo
Donut
Donuts.
in
The
Oregon.
I've had that.
Leaning Tower of Pisa. Everyone said that's trash.
Well, talking to Chris Kerber, who was just out in Italy for a couple weeks, he said that that was on their list of places to go.
Yeah.
And they'd been touring for like 10 days straight. And they finally were at a place, and they were talking to their tour guide or one of the locals, and they said, tomorrow we're going over to the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And the local was like, you don't want to go there. It's
out of the way.
It's out of the way.
It's a building that
it's
was poorly
unimpressive.
constructed that's now falling down, and they're making money off of it.
Voodoo Donut. I'm sure it's one of those, oh my God, I need to have, we're in Oregon.
Right.
Need to have one of these donuts. And you get there and you go,
It's just like
you probably wait in line for an hour.
They're exceptionally good. They're really good donuts, but they're
Is
donuts.
it worth the wait in line for 2 hours?
I didn't have to wait. They were brought to the venue. So like,
Whoa!
Hey.
Whoa!
I'm not saying
this
that.
guy. Not everybody's a rock star.
All right, you're right, and I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that like I don't know if I would even think they were good if I waited for 2 hours. That's absurd.
You know what I would say? It's a donut.
It's a donut.
With a lot
Yeah.
of crap on
That's
it.
what I'm saying. It's a donut nonetheless. I'm not sure there's any food I'd wait for 2 hours.
Well, I don't even think it's about the line. I think we have decadent donuts in St. Louis, so we're
Yeah.
used to it now. But
Everyone
if this
has
was the
these.
first place, you just go to say, it's like getting a beignet in New Orleans. Like you just do it. It's not like amazing. It's just you do it. That's part
But
of
there
it.
are plenty of places to get them that you don't have to wait in line for 4
Sure.
hours.
Did you see the Saints player talking about beignets?
No.
Yeah.
He got like booed.
Yeah, because he told
Like, have you had a beignet? He's like, yeah.
it's a biscuit.
Oh,
It's like a sweet biscuit.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't get it. I have no disrespect. He's like, they're fine. And everyone else.
Okay, so when we were in New Orleans, we went to New Orleans once. There's the famous beignet place.
Cafe du Monde.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are very okay.
They were very okay.
They're very okay.
We went there, had the chicory coffee.
Yes.
But then my brother-in-law went to another place where the locals go.
Oh.
And it was 1,000 times better with
Always.
no line.
Always.
Was it open 24 hours?
Although I
though?
will say, the only real tourist trap that is worth the wait is Katz's Deli in New York City.
It's good. There's a couple of Philly places.
It was
Philly cheesesteak places.
Jamal Williams. He goes, they say, have you had the beignets since you've been here? He goes, yeah, I'm not impressed. We call those funnel cakes. That's
Yeah,
a funnel cake.
Right.
That's what it was. He's like,
It's a
funnel
little
cake.
different.
Fairs have ruined the beignets for us.
It's a little different.
I'll tell you one that I was unimpressed by that I would be surprised isn't on this list is the Liberty Bell.
Yeah.
Oh, in Philly?
I've never seen that.
Pretty,
Yeah, I was bummed it had a crack in it.
pretty
It's a broken bell.
boring.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty boring, and it was just bad.
Yeah, it's one of those. There it
It's
is.
fine. It
It's
was
in a
like,
tiny-
it's on the ground for
Right.
one thing, and
It's
I'm
in a
like,
case.
oh, I expected like to have to go up in the tower and be
Yeah.
like, let me go up in Sauron's tower and see this bell that started a revolution, and it's like 1 foot off the ground, just sitting in a glass case like that you can walk by.
Unamusing.
You know what it is? I'm sure it's not on this list because it's Philly and you don't have to travel far. If you're in Philly,
I feel like
Yeah,
all
it's
of these are out, the fact that they're out of the way.
well, except for
has,
Times Square.
has added to the.
Because you know why? Because Times Square is on this list. Because Times Square is such a freaking disappointment when you go there.
Is the Blarney Stone on there?
I'm sure I didn't write it down.
But the
no.
Blarney Stone's in the castle, isn't it?
I've never been. I don't know. It just seems like Blarney Stone sounds a lot like Four Corners to me. Like you
Is that
go
the
to a
thing-
rock and you rub it. Plymouth Rock, same way. It's a little tiny.
Is that the thing that we kissed, Scott? What's that thing at Tower of London that you bend over and you kiss, the rock?
I don't think Blarney's at Tower of London, right?
It's
Is that the one you got to go upside down? And
Yeah,
kiss
yeah.
it?
Well,
Ugh.
what
It's
was
in
that?
Ireland. The Blarney Stone is.
I can't remember what.
But yeah, you have to kiss it upside down.
Kissed a few rocks.
Number 10 was the Pike Place Market in Washington State. I think that's the one where they throw the
Oh,
fish.
In Seattle.
pipe.
It is.
Oh, okay.
That's
That
like
was
Fish
on there?
Market.
That was on. That's number 10. Is the
It's
as the
cool for,
biggest
like-
tourist trap.
I mean, it's not
Few
the
minutes.
worst thing. You just walk through, and it's kind of feels like a normal business. I don't know.
What's the closest thing to us?
Oh, I'll tell you, it's number 33.
Give us an area.
Don't say it.
It is.
It's number 33.
What's the mileage from us right now?
Uranus.
No, not the Uranus Fudge Factory. We've all been to this area.
Branson?
No.
It's not Branson. It's not Branson, the city of. There's something in Branson that's number 33.
Titanic
on the list.
Museum?
Titanic Museum is the 33rd
I've been.
biggest tourist trap in
No
the
way.
world.
I've
we,
been.
we have unused
been there
tickets.
for sure.
33rd biggest tourist trap in the world is the
Wow.
Titanic
You
Museum
can buy the
in
heart
Branson.
of the ocean in their gift shop. It's
be
a whole
fair,
thing.
it is.
My kids were so excited.
The good deal is they always have crazy good deals on Groupon for it, so you don't feel like you're wasting too much money.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Yeah.
Or in the Branson catalogs that you get
Yes.
with your
We got-
Airbnb.
That's what we got. Yeah, it was a bonus ticket
like
on top
$5
of Silver
off.
Dollar City. Yeah, so, and there's like 3 or 4 of those. They're identical. There's one in Pigeon Forge, right? And there's one in New Orleans.
The Titanic Museum?
Yeah, I think it's like a franchise thing. But you're saying the one in Branson in particular
Made the list.
It might have been the first
made the
one.
list.
Blarney Castle, by the way, was number 21, which is where the Blarney Stone is.
It just sounds like it would be a letdown.
But I mean, why would they have the Titanic Museum in Branson? Honestly,
I know that makes
Why
zero
would
it
sense.
makes
they?
no.
It
It
needs
makes
to be
no sense.
somewhere on the coast of the Atlantic. It doesn't need to be in central Missouri.
Well,
Like,
give it time. And it will be.
And it will be because the
They're
ice
just
caps
ahead of
are
the curve.
melting.
Branson's like, just wait. 2050? This is an
This is
oceanside
it.
museum.
This is the Atlantic water.
Some other notable places.
I would like to be fair to the Titanic Museum that it is a tourist trap based on a literal tourist trap.
The Alamo was number 48 on the list.
Okay.
Wow, it did make it, huh?
It did make it.
I mean, there's nothing there, but
Elvis Presley's Graceland
something to do everywhere else.
How
Why
dare
would
this
that be on
list?
there?
was number 25.
The
How
king.
dare them?
Graceland was the 25th biggest tourist trap in the world.
But you
there's
get
so
to
many
see
cool
his
things around there.
couches and his shag carpeting.
Yeah. Then there like a Church's Chicken across the street. Some really cool stuff to go see.
I
and
don't know.
do.
Never been to Graceland.
It's a little weird.
There is. We went, and it was closed, and we went to that Church's Chicken.
It's the best.
Just stared
so
at
classy.
Graceland from a Church's Chicken. It's in a weird spot, dude.
Yeah, you got to admit it's weird. Just being in a neighborhood looking at somebody's old house.
And what
And it's
used
just
to
there's
be a
nothing
cool
else.
old house.
It's just like, it's kind of a rundown neighborhood a little bit, and then there's just these gates in Graceland.
What about the
Mount Rushmore was number 50.
What about the grave sites? Is that interesting?
What,
feel-
the
I feel like
Forest Lawn.
That's at the end, right?
I feel like Spinal Tap made that part interesting to me, at least.
Oh, in Graceland?
Graceland, yeah.
Oh, I think you were talking about like a specific cemetery.
Oh no, just the Elvis one.
Johnny Cash Museum, number 26.
Whoa, hold on a minute.
Johnny Cash Museum, number 26.
I'm just fighting words.
Man.
I actually thought that was cool.
Bless you.
In Tennessee?
Thank you.
Wherever that is. I don't know where it is.
I don't know. I went to the one in Nashville, and I thought it was pretty rad.
The Johnny Cash Museum
There's
is in
more
Tennessee.
than one Johnny Cash museum.
I'm
The
just
Space Needle was 27.
I can see that.
Diamond Crater State Park, number 35. That's
Whoa,
the
whoa, whoa.
one
That's in Arkansas, right?
No.
down in Arkansas.
That's the one where people find diamonds.
Yeah,
Come on,
that
man.
place is cool,
That
man.
makes people rich.
How many people find diamonds, really?
At least one a year that makes the news. Come on, that's pretty cool. That's got to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
It's not the prettiest place, and it's out of the way, though.
Matt in the chat says Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Did you go?
I went, yep.
And
I loved it.
I heard it was great. Let me see.
I loved it, but you got to be. I mean, I
That did not
I
make
get
the top,
moved.
top
like
100 list.
they had a Jimi Hendrix exhibit. I started crying the minute I walked in because you're sitting. They
Is
had
that
like
bad?
this couch, and they had like
Everybody says it's great. Everybody I know who's
lyrics.
gone has said it's good.
the CBGB awning is in there, which I never got to see in New York. So I was like so taken aback by that. You see like ZZ Top's cars. Like if you love all that music, you will absolutely love it. Now, if you don't really care and you're like, who gives a crap about these little, like, Beyonce's dress, then yeah, you're not going to love it. But you can feel.
So it's hard rock times.
It's all music. I mean, they don't.
No, I meant the Hard Rock Cafe times 20.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Big time.
All right. I would do it. We used to, at the mall there, we'd go and eat at the food court and stare
Oh
at
yeah.
it.
yeah.
And I loved that too. I mean, I had all the Hard Rock.
Field of
t-shirts.
Dreams in Iowa. Field of Dreams, number 40.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know that was real. Really?
Oh, yeah. They now play
they play
baseball games
games
up
there.
there.
Oh,
Actually,
really?
the MLB has started playing games up there once a year.
And that's cool. Before
Santa Monica
that,
Pier, 47.
What?
I didn't even know that was a tourist trap. That's just hey, we're in Santa Monica, so
That seems
people go out of their
pretty
way to
cool.
go to the Santa Monica Pier. When I was in California for the first time,
that's where we
was
took
like, I
our
gotta go
first
see it.
band pictures. Although you can't tell, it's just a beach. It's just like, oh look, they took beach pictures.
What about the Golden Gate Bridge? Or what's the prison?
Golden Gate is so sick.
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz.
Golden Gate is so enormous. It's so cool.
Because it's Golden Gate Park, you go to which is cool.
Right.
The
Full
park is
house.
great. If you go past that, I don't even know what it's called, but there's like some weird hike that I do every time that takes you to the top of the hill, and you can kind of see it. If you do it super early in the morning, there's still mist over the bridge. That's a cool spot, man. And then you got the Presidio on the other side. There's nothing uncool about that area.
Yeah, Muir Woods is right there.
Old
Yeah.
Faithful, number 57.
Oh, no,
you
I don't-
silly.
Old
get out of
Faithful
it.
and
People,
Wyoming, number 57.
come on.
This list is gone
Biggest
now.
tourist trap. And how has it gone? They are literally using
It's not a tourist trap. It's a freaking
23.2
It's a
million
geyser.
Google reviews.
They
It's a
interviewed
geyser.
kids who hate traveling. Or like, I don't want to be here.
That is
Kids
a
don't go to
geyser
Google.
over a
To write a
super
review.
volcano that goes off on a regular basis every 47 minutes or whatever. That you get to watch a geyser eruption.
And if you go around the world, there's not many that are that faithful.
Which is, so that's 57. Number 56 is a place we went to on a school trip once, Colonial Williamsburg.
Oh, neat.
What's down there?
That's like Revolutionary War reenactors.
Sounds cool.
Let me see here. Oh, the original Starbucks.
That's a trap.
Number 54, tourist trap.
They built another Starbucks across the street from it.
Although when we went to Wisconsin that time, there was the world's biggest Culver's I wanted to stop by.
Oh, my
Heck
goodness.
yeah.
It says that, the world's biggest Culver's?
Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of signs for it, like on the highway.
It was
Like,
like
we
the
got to stop.
on the way to Tulsa. Remember, they used to have the world's biggest McDonald's. So that was pretty exciting.
The one over the Will Rogers Turnpike.
Yep. But I think it's gone now. Right?
Stonehenge,
No, that's
number
it.
83.
Oh, yeah, people always complain about that. I still want to go. And again, the other reason is because the Discovery Channel makes it look so big, and then you have to go out of your way, and then you're held by ropes.
Yeah,
And
you
people
can't
are always
touch 'em or
talking about,
anything.
yeah, like, I just
Wonder
want to get
what
up
the-
there. Do some druid stuff.
Some of these sound pretty cool to me. The Johnny Cash Museum, I cried in there.
Yeah, man.
There's
Oh,
some
the-
cool stuff. His Boyhood Home was cool, too.
That is number 79.
I had a feeling they'd be on there. I thought it was cool. I mean, it is what it is. If you're a fan, you'll like it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a cool... I got the tour by myself.
What about the
I showed up like 5 minutes before they closed, and some old guys, like some retired guy that
come
drove
on.
the bus, goes, come on. I'll take it.
All right, that's cool.
And that was cool. It was just me and this dude, and he was just telling me, and I was like,
That's cool.
it's pretty rad.
what about the Greyhound Museum in Abilene, Kansas? Because I went there.
No, because the Oz Museum in Kansas is number 80.
The Greyhound Museum is a museum for retired and famous racing greyhounds.
It's pretty cool.
And it's across
Didn't
the
make the
street.
list.
It's right across the street from the Dwight D. Eisenhower Library,
which is
which
awesome.
is actually
If-
pretty dope.
If
The
you want to
Kennedy-
go to the library, that's the one to go to.
Kennedy Space Center, number 81.
Oh, get out, man! That was no, no. That's a sweet spot, man. And then you can
I
even
thought it
take
was
the
cool.
yeah, you can even take the shuttles back to the landing, the takeoff. What do they call them? Takeoff pads. Got to be
Just getting to walk through them. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many. And
Plus,
And
they
it'd
got
just
that,
be cool to see astronauts walking around.
they got that second building where it shows everything from Apollo 1 and the whole. Get out of
It
there.
was
I'm just
cool.
searching by state here. Illinois is the Willis Tower Skydeck
Yeah.
in Chicago. Where's Cloudgate?
Cloudgate.
That's number
Sounds
38.
like something bad that
Sounds
happened.
I
like
went
a
to
new
that last
Apple
time I was
TV.
in Chicago.
Cloudgate?
The Willis
Willis
Tower.
Tower.
It was fine.
Oh, Cloudgate's the bean. The
Yeah.
Chicago bean.
Oh, okay.
What?
That's a. That is,
Would you cry?
I cried. I
You
was like
cried
in
when you went there.
hysterics because I was so slap happy. And the minute I saw it, I got really excited and I was like laughing, crying because it was huge.
Enjoy your trips, everybody.
Thank you.
That's it. And that whole list is on Thrillist. You know what?
I wonder what
Let me
the-
forward that to you, Lern. And
The opposite of this is, what's the top 10 lives up to the hype tourist attractions, I wonder?
I bet Vatican.
nobody wants to talk about that.
Nah.
It's got to be like
No list like that.
Louvre, Smithsonian,
Coliseum.
Grand
I don't know. I
Canyon.
just saw a picture of the Louvre, inside the Louvre, and like in front of the Mona Lisa,
Yeah,
and there was like 4,000 people
the Mona Lisa.
standing in front of a picture that looks like a postage stamp.
We're trying to figure out how to take the kids to Paris, and my daughter's like obsessed. And but we're talking about the Louvre, and she's like, "Yeah, but I heard the Mona Lisa is let down. It's this big." And I was like, honestly, that's the one thing I don't care to see. I don't care.
It was cool.
Like
We
if I
saw it
stumble
at,
upon it and don't have to wait for 4,000 people to get out of the way, great. I'd love to see it, but I just don't want to wait for it.
I think we saw it we went to the Hermitage in Russia. which is the second, besides the Louvre, is like the second biggest. And it was cool. And I'm pretty sure either Starry Night or Mona Lisa was there. I can't remember which. There was a Van Gogh. And it was cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Jeff
That's
asks if the loop trolley is on the list. Did not see it, but
No, I
maybe
think
next year.
that's
Maybe
regarded
next
as
year's
cool.
list.
I bet
People need to ride it to actually review it.
Machu Picchu has got to be one of the coolest, I bet.
I'm sure. But it's coolest. And if you want to, they also have on that particular website, it's Thrillist.com. It's they also have like the most overpriced ones, most overpriced tourist attractions. It's a whole comprehensive thing.
Dude, when the guy picked me up from Evolution Fest I forgot about this. My Uber driver went down the train tracks. Do you know how, like, on Lindell, there's like there's two curves right side by side,
Oh,
and
right,
one is
yeah.
the train, the metro,
Oh yeah.
and the other one is like an actual lane you can drive in. He was just like looking at his GPS and busted it right, and I was like, "Hey, man, I think you're on the train tracks, dude." And he goes, "Oh my god,
Oh my God.
Jeez.
So we went about a half block on them train tracks before he could, because it's like there's a median he couldn't get out, and I was like,
What could go wrong?
Whoa.
Oh, my
that's-
God.
That's scary.
"You know what I'm talking? You guys know where I'm talking
Yeah,
about?"
I know
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what you're talking about.
I forgot all about that because I was like, he was a cool dude.
You
He
still
was
give him
like,
5 stars?
They do need more
Yeah, he was
lights.
nice. He's like, I can't believe that just happened, man.
They need
I'm
more
sorry.
lights
I'm from
in that
Illinois.
area.
He's like, I'm from the Illinois side, and I was like, that's okay.
Whew,
We
yeah.
didn't die, but that was crazy.
Dude, did you ever go to the museum in New York, the Natural History Museum? That museum is awesome.
With
Which
the
museum?
Dinosaurs,
The,
right?
the big giant one, I guess it's the Natural History Museum.
In New York?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's awesome.
it's amazing. Those museums
awesome.
are
Yeah, those things.
super fun. I know a lot of people think they're not museum people, but dude,
Oh no, it's awesome.
go there, go to the Smithsonian or any of those. It's impressive.
Hey, I do want to shout out a couple news stories, and I do want to mention one news story from locally here that is making national news,
Okay.
and it's cool to see the name Sunset Hills in a news article on like CNN or NBC or on Fox News.
In a positive light?
Nope.
Oh boy.
You see Sunset Hills and you see Kirkwood. You go, oh, I know they're right next to each other. I know exactly where they are.
yes.
I don't know. I think La Quinta should just roll with this as free advertising. Because their complimentary breakfast does often include sausage. 35-year-old guy got arrested after exposing himself in the breakfast area at a La Quinta in Sunset Hills.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah,
Is that Watson and Lindbergh right there?
I guess so. His name is Kenny Johnson.
of course it
Perfect
is.
last name. Saturday, he approached a woman, unzipped his shorts, and just took his hog out. Now, here's the thing. Well, she called the front desk. They call the cops. The hotel says there is security footage of it. According to police, he's from Kirkwood, which is right down the road. So I don't know if he was staying there or just popping in to show off the goods. I don't know what his deal is.
Come on, man.
But he's facing up to a year in prison for first-degree sexual misconduct. So there you go, Sunset Hills. That's cool.
Yeah.
In the news.
Yeah, there it is. Watson and Lindbergh, and it is next to Denny's, which we had a bus driver that for probably a decade was convinced that La Quinta meant next to Denny's. Somebody told him that one day, and he believed it, ran with it.
Is there a Denny's next to that La Quinta?
There is.
Are they owned by the same company?
No, they have to have some sort of partnership or something, because he would always argue with us and be like, it's always next to Denny's. It means next to Denny's. That's what La Quinta means. We let him roll with that for a while. We were like, man, you got to look it up, dude.
Yeah,
It's
but Kenny Johnson in jail for whipping it out at the La Quinta in Sunset Hills. Another story that got me just asking a bunch of questions, also Lern asking a bunch of questions. Headline, did a woman use her fat rolls to sneak a gun into an MLB game?
Whoa.
Wait a minute. So are these detectors not fat? You could put a gun underneath. Like she didn't go through.
Well, and here's
metal
the story.
detector?
So if you hadn't heard, there was a shooting at a Chicago White Sox game last Friday. The big story out of there was the post-game Vanilla Ice show was canceled.
because of the shooting.
Yes.
Bummer for Robert. Or wait, what's his name?
Robert Van Winkle.
Yeah, Robert.
Yeah, the Vanilla Ice concert after the game got canceled. So luckily nobody died, but 3 women in the stands were hit, possibly by just one bullet. It's still not clear, and neither is much else in the story. So Chicago police didn't think the gunfire came from inside the stadium at first. Then they said it almost definitely did. Then they say they're not sure. Do you remember a couple years ago here at Busch Stadium, somebody got hit by a stray bullet that came from outside the stadium?
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
They at first maybe thought it was that.
Oh, man. This is, I mean, this.
Rafe, do you remember?
Fact that she would carry a gun that way, if that's the truth, I mean, it just leaves me flabbergasted.
Right, I'm going to ignore that. Did you hear about the story about the woman getting hit by a stray bullet at Busch?
Oh, yeah.
Just randomly, I go to a Cardinal game at night on a Tuesday night, sitting in my whatever seat, and am shot. Well, anyway, so things took a weird turn yesterday when a reporter for ESPN.
She accidentally started a wave when she jumped up. Embarrassing.
So a reporter for ESPN claimed the shot did come from inside the stadium and that a woman had snuck a gun in by hiding it in her fat rolls. Now, they claimed a metal detector went off, but the woman got through security anyway. But then Chicago police talked about it again and suggested there still was a chance the shot came from outside the stadium. But here's what we do know. It happened in the 4th inning in the left center field bleachers, and 3 women were hit, but 2 were just grazed. A 42-year-old woman got shot in the leg, a 26-year-old woman a couple seats away got grazed in the stomach, and a 31-year-old woman got nicked in the back. Then looked down and saw a bullet lying there. The ESPN reporter claimed one of the first 2 women brought the gun. And a doctor in the stands said the 26-year-old's stomach, her wound, almost looked like a cigar burn. So that makes it sound like she had the gun, and it was still tucked in her belly when it went off.
What? Jeez.
But the ESPN reporter also suggested the gun was in the shooter's pocket by then and went off when she jostled in her seat. So maybe the first woman shot herself in the leg. Another report said the woman's clothes tested negative for gunshot residue, so who knows?
A lot of confusion here.
All we know for sure is Chicago police are facing a ton of heat for all the confusion.
Sure.
And for not stopping the game immediately. They apparently did ask to have it stopped, but then allowed it to go on, so they didn't cause a panic. We've heard stories about people hiding various things in fat rolls.
Yeah, it's usually like a liquor bottle, though.
No,
you know.
we've had a lot of stories on this show of firearms being snuck into places.
Not Major League
in
Baseball
different
games,
ways.
typically.
Right.
Typically not Major League Baseball games, but yeah. So that was the headline, though. Did a woman use her fat rolls to sneak a gun into an MLB game? I don't know. I sent this article to everybody last night, and you had questions.
I just
like,
go,
how?
what? How? Yeah, there we go.
Well, it depends. You know, you can put a little 38. Underneath the
38.
right. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's a Desert Eagle.
No, I mean, no, a smaller gun you could. Anyway.
Oh, one of these little guys?
Yeah, a little 38. Definitely hide under a fat roll.
Yeah, stick that in your belly.
Right?
I don't know.
Yes. This next thing, man, I immediately thought of our dear Jeff Burton when I read this. And this is from Reddit. What happens behind locked bathroom doors is very private.
Especially locked.
But there is a certain expectation that you do your business where? In the toilet.
Right.
Like, so if I'm having people at my house, okay, let's say I invite Moon to my house.
Yeah.
Moon excuses himself, pardon me, I need to use the facilities. And I see him walk down through the living room and into the bathroom, and he shuts the door. I'm assuming he's doing his business in the toilet.
Definitely.
I'm assuming he's doing his business in the toilet. I'm assuming he's flushing and then washing his hands. But it seems like this isn't what everybody does.
Okay.
So this guy has made a confession, and it's shocking to internet users because they'd never heard of people doing this. We on the Riz Show had talked about this extensively with Jeff, who was a sink peer. Jeff used to pee in sinks.
Why did he do this?
Dude, when he first said this, he said it, I mean, within the first couple of years of the show. And I remember thinking, oh, he's just saying this to be extreme or something.
No.
And like he like doubled down. I was like, he got angry with us for being confused as to why he would do this.
I'm still confused.
It
makes no sense.
He never got through to us on how this makes sense, and he would justify it. And he had all these reasons because clearly he had defended this type of action before.
His reasoning was the sink's right there.
Yeah, he's like,
so is the toilet. How big is your bathroom?
It's like the sink is right there, and it's all going in the same place. And I was like, but I'm not putting my hands down near the toilet to wash them.
Right.
So that was my argument.
But I'm not brushing my teeth, and oh my gosh, I accidentally dropped my toothbrush into the sink.
Well,
right.
The place I pee.
Technically, there's better chance of getting fecal matter on your toothbrush from flushing your toilet with the lid open.
Yes.
My toothbrush is in a drawer.
That is scientifically proven that if you have the lid open and you flush the toilet, poop particles are everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, bigger problems than peeing in the sink.
They're everywhere. But so this guy,
but even Jeff, I'm pretty sure Jeff said this was his home sink. This is home sink advantage.
This is home sink. Now, when Jeff talked about that, obviously we gave him crap for it. And people are like, oh, no, I do it too. And still, mind blown. Mind blown.
And they still send us, people still send, every once in a while, like a meme will go around or something. Like the bathroom guy, like, just like the white figure that's just kind of like a bubbled outline. There's like a product, or at least a patent for a product that is a sink with a little whoop in it.
Like a dip in there.
Yeah, to put your thing for sink peeing. So people would always be like, see, Jeff is right.
It's a home urinal.
So this guy on a Reddit has admitted that he never pees in the toilet bowl and instead does it in the sink, which he says is the perfect height. To make matters worse, though, and this is where we really go off the edge here, he does it no matter where he is.
Oh, no.
Even at a friend's house.
Wow.
Former friends.
The other confusing thing is, like, the bowl, we have fashioned the bowl, the shape of the bowl, over the course of 100 years or something like that, for anti-splashback, for
and this one I'm going to bring up. This plays into it too.
Every sink is like different. How are you?
This plays into it too.
Aiming.
And by the way, I'm going to call him a monster. Explained that he's got a sneaky system to cover his tracks so people don't suspect anything.
Oh no.
So he explained, and this is, quote, I always pee in the sink even if I'm at a friend's house or anyone's house, rather. He explained that it was just easier this way. But he recognizes this isn't the norm, so he flushes the toilet so it's not suspicious. He says, then I turn on the sink and rinse it out so it also sounds like I'm washing my hands.
Even though he's not?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
why wouldn't
are
you just
not washing your hands?
Right. You're already doing all the work except for getting the soap.
That's the second shocking confession.
Yes.
Oh, dude.
You don't wash your hands?
You know who this guy is? This particular guy is the guy that, like, is so... He's so concerned with having control that this is something like, like society ain't going to tell me how to do it.
Okay.
I'm
It's
not going to
bathroom
wash my
anarchy
hands.
is what it is.
I'm peeing in other things.
Yeah.
He confessed he does not wash his hands, but sometimes he will rinse his genitals in the sink after he pees.
What is happening?
Why are we rinsing
Well, he
your genitals?
uses
First of all,
to
how
open the
tall is this
doors?
guy?
Yeah.
I have a lot more questions. Like, yeah, like, okay, so you're cool with cleaning your junk, but we're not cool with just a...
Well, if you're
suds
cleaning
and a-
your junk, your hands are part of the deal.
I guess so.
I guess so. Does that count?
Are we soaping up? I mean, is that what we're doing? Is he
I would
soaping the whole
imagine
thing
he's
up?
getting some Myers soap and really getting in there.
I feel like he's not using soap because society tells him he should.
Yeah, I guess it is wise to clean that every time because you only have one of those. You have 10 fingers. So
He added, I've done this ever since I was tall enough to reach it, usually the perfect height. And the guy was on Reddit asking for people's thoughts. And people branded his behavior gross, disgusting, foul. Another person said, I had a roommate who did that. The U-bend in the sink is designed to trap liquid. That liquid is from whatever goes down the sink. Your sink smells like pee. I mean,
There's a lot of guys in the
And
chat
you're
right
vile.
now saying that they're peeing in sinks today in honor of Jeff. And I had no idea that this was a thing. I didn't know
I
this about
didn't
Jeff.
either.
I didn't know that men that listen to this show are also doing it. No, thank you at all. No.
I consider myself a pretty creative dude. I think my mind works, probably a little bit different than most. Never would this idea have even crossed my mind. Like, this is creativity.
Here's the thing.
At a level that is beyond me.
Right.
Here's the thing. There is a specific Reddit thread for people who urinate in the sink, and it has 33,000 members.
Wow.
The header photo is just Burton, like, with a calendar, like naked Jeff.
Yeah, like hands on his hips.
If someone else would have not, if you never would have heard about this, because I never heard about it until Jeff talked about it, would you have ever come up with the idea?
No.
That's what I'm asking. Like, I mean, I
can imagine doing it. The only time I can imagine urinating in a sink is if somebody else is using the toilet and I really have to go, and there's one bathroom
and you're
in the house,
panicking.
and I can't go outside.
And that would be okay. The only time that I've heard of people peeing in the sink, I had a party bus for my 25th birthday or whatever, 28th birthday. We went to a restaurant, and I remember one of the guests on the bus was so hammered drunk, he peed in this restaurant sink for whatever reason, just
What?
being a jerk. And one of my other friends came out and was like completely offended that it happened. And that was the only time that I'd ever really known that men are down to pee in sinks.
When I was in high school, a buddy of mine was being goofy, and I was, peeing in the toilet, and he came in and just started peeing in the sink just to be funny.
Right.
That was
You're a kid, but this guy does it on the regular wherever he is, even at people's houses. And if you found out that you had a guest that did that, how furious would you be?
I would be furious.
Furious. And they would not get an invite back.
Exactly.
For sure. You're never coming back to my home.
a hard no.
Never. Never coming back to my home.
Yeah, no way.
And we're probably not going to be friends anymore.
And not just because.
If you think you could treat my bathroom like that,
what else are you doing?
Right.
yeah.
Definitely looking.
What are you
through
doing
your
in the fridge?
drawers.
I'm not asking that because I have an idea.
The
I'm
nerve.
asking this because I don't have any ideas of what you would be doing. But I bet you do.
Like, I know you enough to have you at my home, and this is what you do? This is what you do? I feel like if I found out, I would grab them by the collar and bring them to the bathroom
And
and go, look, did you do this?
with their nose.
Did you do
like
this?
a dog.
Now, Lern, you're probably thinking, guys are gross.
Oh, but chicks do this too.
Especially seeing what's going on in the chat.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any ladies in the chat right now being like, oh, yes.
I've always wanted to do this.
I'm sure in your head you're going, man, guys are gross.
Well, I'm going straight to Melissa McCarthy and Bridesmaids whenever they all get diarrhea in the
yeah,
bridal
but again,
shop.
that was a
That was
necessity.
an emergency. Right.
That was an emergency. Well, you ladies are pretty gross, too.
Okay, let's go. Bring it.
Oh, I'm going to bring it. And what do they always say? They always say
the women's
the
bathrooms.
women's bathrooms are a nightmare.
way worse than the men's.
I don't believe that for a second.
You don't?
I think
No.
on average, men's rooms are worse, but when the ladies' room is bad,
It's real bad.
it's atomic bomb.
Oh, we
bad.
can tear some stuff up. But you guys just kind of let it ride. We don't.
Yeah, we live
Okay.
in the general filth.
Here's-
But when you're filthy, it's a real over the top.
And I've been waiting to bring this up.
Great.
I was waiting for just the perfect moment. I think now is the perfect moment.
Let's go. Ladies,
Now is perfect.
rise
And
up.
this is a true story. Okay, I got a buddy who has a house out near Herman. Okay. Nothing fancy. It's the house we grew up in. Wine country, peaceful, quiet, near a lot of cool Herman stuff. So, and he lets friends and family stay there for free
Oh, good for him.
whenever it's available. Like if he's got a house out in Baldwin. When it's free, he'll let friends and family. Hey, as long as you just clean the house when you leave. Okay. So a couple weeks ago, he let 5 ladies stay there. 5 women stayed at the house. So he gets there to stay for the next weekend. He lifts up the toilet seat to pee, as men should. Sorry, Moon.
No big deal. No big deal.
And he said the bottom side of the toilet seat
Yeah. I know where we're going.
was a nightmare.
Listen to me.
Was basically covered with splatter evidence, if you know what I mean.
Yes, of their ladies' time.
And no, he didn't get it. I wasn't assuming it was that.
Oh, you should assume because that happens. Let me break this down
Well,
for you.
let me finish, then you can break it down.
Okay.
So splatter evidence underneath the seat. And as we're talking about this, it occurred to me, women don't often lift the seat to, so how would they know they need to clean the bottom side?
She knew.
I cleaned my toilet.
Apparently, it didn't occur to whichever of these 5 women to clean the bottom of it.
Right. And that's their bad, okay? I come from a family of women who taught me how to clean a toilet, okay? You come to my house, you lift that seat, it is going to be white, it is going to be bleached, it's going to be great. But yeah, this happens, okay?
Do women not know that the bottom side of the toilet seat needs cleaning? I mean, they don't lift it up, so how would they?
It's a good point. I can see where we're going with the evidence and leading the witness here. But I think that, no, if you know how to clean a toilet, you lift it up, you get all the remnants under, not even just, and it's gross and disgusting, but yeah, everything from every color of the rainbow that happens in a toilet can get underneath that seat. So ladies, if you're not cleaning the bottom of your toilet seat, you definitely need to start doing that because it is disgusting.
Well, and also
And it
you're
happens.
flushing the toilet with the lid closed, so there's spray back, so you got to clean it anyways. I don't understand what.
What do you mean by spray back?
Well, the water in there's coming up when you flush. It's mist, so
Yes.
you're getting the bottom of that seat. It needs to be cleaned regardless of what's going on.
Yeah,
that's
are these
disgusting.
women lazy or clueless?
We have a few
lazy.
people that clean toilets for a living that are in the chat right now saying definitely women's restrooms 100% worse. More skid marks. Listen,
Ah.
You guys want to act like you guys don't blow out
we're not saying
hole
anything about
2.
what we
I have
do.
to hear about this place. Trust me, I've worked with all men, so I have had to hear about what happens not only here but back in the MS days too. How people are putting boogers on the walls and blowing out hole 2, and we can't even sit down.
The boogers on the wall thing.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Come on.
I
That's
mean,
absurd.
don't.
Especially in the
ladies
bathroom,
have
there's
none of
tissues
that
everywhere.
going on. We have other things happening. Obviously, women have like their period once a month. That can get kind of nasty, but I will go out of my way to not use.
I would have been furious. I would have been super upset if I go to lift up the seat and I go,
right.
these women stayed at my house for free.
Here's what's going on.
Everybody knows when you clean a toilet, you got to get everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's necessarily private bathrooms. I don't think women are any more dirty or clean in private bathrooms in homes. But I mean, think about what happens in public bathrooms. Guys, as soon as we open the door, our whole plan is let's get this done as fast as possible. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
So we're only in there for the bare minimum of seconds, like only the necessary seconds. We do this, we wash our hands, we are gone. My hands aren't even fully dry, and I want to leave. I want to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Women, you guys are in there. You got extra trash cans. Sometimes they're on the walls, with
Sometimes there's couches.
Yeah, so all those trash cans aren't always getting
Emptied.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying, the product.
Yeah, the tampon trash.
Right, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. So you've got extra places for trash and all that. Plus, you're in there for more time because you're checking yourself out in the mirror.
You're chatting.
You're doing whatever. So there's just more minutes spent. So I think it's inevitable. It has nothing to do with crashing on y'all. I just think it's inevitable. You guys are spending more time.
I'm crashing on y'all because of this.
And therefore, it's probably going to be on average a messier place.
You know what? Tomorrow I'm going to bring up.
What?
Tomorrow I'm going to bring up, and as Moon mentioned, for fellas, it's hey, I'm going to get in, do my business, and get the hell out.
Yeah, for gals,
women linger.
It's like a haven for y'all. You're taking a break.
You're in a post-COVID world. I'm in and out more than I've ever been in a bathroom.
And I want you to think about this overnight, fellas. What's the most awkward thing that happened to you at the urinal? What's the most awkward thing that's ever happened to you at a urinal?
Wait, you think you catch COVID in the bathroom?
No, I just don't want to be in there.
Confined spaces.
It's confined spaces, people's fluids.
Public restrooms. I thought you meant your home restroom.
No. Like public.
I don't want your answers now, by the way. But think about it overnight. What's the most awkward thing that ever happened to you at a urinal? I'm sure we all got stories.
Sounds
People trying to chat us up.
I can't wait to hear yours. Sounds like you have one.
Yeah.
Tales from the stall.
Tales from the stall. It happens.
That's a good segment.
No, nothing like crazy.
Tales.
We'll hear about it tomorrow.
Well, yeah, we'll chop it up tomorrow. In the meantime, all right, Team Riz Member of the Day is brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor Team Riz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Riz. From St. Peter's, Christian Behrens is our Team Riz Member of the Day. Kristen has been a loyal listener to the Riz Show since 2011, has never missed a show or podcast, has been a Rizvangelist for many years, and one of his fond memories is high-fiving King Scott at the Mojo Beer Fest. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I remember we had the wheel that you'd spin, and there's various prizes, and one of them was high-fiving me.
That's right.
Yeah, Lucky's.
That's right. Riz Show is always a topic of conversation, topic of discussion at work, and his favorite segment is Matchup with Moon, which is happening today.
Really?
For Christian, it's his favorite. He's a Team Riz Member of the Day. And he gets it super sweet Team Riz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up, 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, we'll take our first break of the morning. We'll come back with Crap on Celebrities. It is 7:12. Wednesday. Traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. There's still a lot of racing left in 2023 at WWT Raceway. NHRA Midwest Nationals are September 29th to October 1st. Get your tickets now. We got a crash on Tesson Ferry at Culinary Road. Other than that, everything else is looking pretty clear. Your point forecast, mostly sunny to sunny skies with below normal highs and humidity. High of 82, low of 67. Right now it is 67 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, Lern, what do you got?
Dolly Parton declines tea. The late night guys are bored. Which bachelor's back from the dead? And who has been using so much Viagra that they're deaf? We're also going to get into the most awkward movie moments of all time.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday and a game for all of us. You have to get out the board. Pumpkin spice, real or fake? Well, we're talking about the now pumpkin spice
Dude wipes.
butt wipes.
Yeah.
Which they call dumpkin spice, which is very clever. Now pumpkin spice is everywhere. Pumpkin spice, real or fake, will play next.
Okay.
Along with the porno birthday and crappy birthdays. Stay there.
Yo, rock band.
All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams. 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails. RizShow at 1057thepoint.com. Send us your instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app. Matchup with Moon, as I mentioned, that's happening today. And you guys love that game. Your emails, we got porno birthday, crappy birthdays coming up. All right, so yesterday we talked about pumpkin spice butt wipes. That's now a thing that exists. From the company Dude Wipes. And I guess you could buy them now, available on Amazon. Interesting. You know, I think it's more novelty than anything else, but
Sure.
you know, it's that time of year again. It's going to be pumpkin spice everything. Starbucks already started doing their pumpkin spice
Really?
drinks. Oh yeah, last week.
Wow.
Maybe I think you were gone last Thursday. I think that was the first day.
Seems early.
It is the earliest they've started them.
Okay.
Can't get enough of it. Huh?
Couldn't wait till September?
Can't wait.
We got all this extra cinnamon around and pumpkin
All right, so
spice.
Such a weird. Is it a vegetable?
Pumpkin?
Is that a vegetable?
I think it's a fruit.
I think it's a fruit because it
is
contains
fruit?
seeds, right? Technically.
Is it one of those that's both?
It's just it's a weird food in the sense that people go bananas for everything pumpkin flavored, but I don't ever see nobody just raw dogging a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Nobody's eating. No, you don't go on a Subway and see somebody that's just like eating out of the inside of a jack-o'-lantern.
It's because you need that
You've never
spice.
seen anybody just spooning a pumpkin into their mouth.
Kinda looks like a horror
Because
movie.
you can't eat it raw.
You can,
I guess
but you don't. And that's weird to
Good
me.
point.
It's a super popular food that you would never eat by itself.
Yeah.
That's strange to me. Name another fruit or vegetable that's like that.
You know why? Because
I'll eat apple.
pumpkin spice is not. It's some artificial, lab-created flavor.
Pumpkin pie too. Though,
It's the spice. It's the allspice or whatever it is that goes into it.
Yeah, you're not actually.
The seasoning.
Yeah, you're not. It's not pumpkin. It's the spice that
Yeah.
you would put in an apple pie or a pumpkin pie.
Where does spice come from? The pumpkin.
No, buddy. Hang on. Wait.
Pumpkin spice has
Pumpkin.
nothing to do.
Why
I
is
think,
pumpkin involved then? Why isn't it just a spice latte?
Because it's a spice you use to make a pumpkin pie.
I mean, you're not just raw dogging potatoes, are you?
I will raw
I
dog
would eat
a
a
can
potato. I mean, you eat. I don't fry. You wouldn't fry a pumpkin.
Well, I'm just saying.
But
my
you would
French
have pumpkin.
pumpkins.
You would have pumpkin mash.
But you wouldn't take a spud and just go,
I'm just saying, I don't see anyone just eating. If you saw a lady on the subway with the top off a pumpkin, spooning the guts of a pumpkin into her mouth, you'd call the police.
Because pumpkin spice is not about pumpkin. It's about whatever spices go into a pumpkin
Yeah, the
pie.
cinnamon,
That's it.
the I think it's allspice. I might have that wrong. Or pie spice.
clove.
Clove. That's what I'm looking for, yeah.
It's clove. Well, okay, so with pumpkin spice butt wipes now, we're going to go around the room here, and yes, we'll be keeping score. I will give you a pumpkin spice product. You tell me if it's real, and I've researched all these. I've researched every single one of these. If it's real or if it's something I made up. I'll start with you, Moon. Pumpkin spice Axe body spray, real or fake?
Man, leave it to Axe to try anything to cover up BO. Let's say
Pumpkin
real.
spice Axe body spray is fake. Made that up.
Oh, good for them.
Creative.
Learn.
Yes.
Pumpkin spice Crest toothpaste.
Fake.
Fake. All right. On the board. Rafe, pumpkin spice Pringles.
Oh, that's real.
Real.
Interesting.
Scott, pumpkin spice Kit Kat.
Oh, this is my alley. Fake.
Real. Moon, pumpkin spice Snickers candy bar.
Ooh, fake.
Fake. Learn, pumpkin spice Jif peanut butter.
Fake. Dang it.
I don't know why, but I would try that one.
Me too.
Yeah, I would.
Sounds all right.
Yeah, that sounds like the
all
first
right.
one I'd go for.
Rafe, pumpkin spice juicy fruit gum.
Fake.
Fake.
That would be a weird combo.
Scott, pumpkin spice Marlboro Lights.
Fake.
Fake.
I would try that though.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Like a
I
clove
could-
cigarette,
Yeah,
right? Like you could.
I can see pumpkin spice Virginia Slims.
Moon, pumpkin spice Bath and Body Works soap.
Oh, real.
Learn, pumpkin spice M&Ms.
Real.
Real, yes.
Bath and Body Works would do anything.
Rafe, pumpkin spice Skittles.
Fake.
Fake, yes.
Boy.
Scott, pumpkin spice kettle corn.
Real.
Real, yes. Moon, pumpkin spice.
Probably in on that too, by the way.
Yeah, me too.
Pumpkin spice bath bomb.
Oh, real.
Real.
Ding,
Learn.
ding, 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 ding.
From Bath and Body Works.
Yeah.
Learn, pumpkin spice Capri Sun.
Fake.
Fake.
Honestly, Bath and Body Works, I can imagine starting next week.
Everything, yeah.
The entire thing, it just turns into Bath and Pumpkin Works.
And it's not a good pumpkin. It's not a good smell. It's not good. It's
yeah,
too
that's one of the fake ones, right?
Yeah. Too much.
Yeah.
Rafe, pumpkin spice Tampax tampons.
Fake.
Fake, yes.
Oh, thank goodness. That's got to be bad for you.
Scott, pumpkin spice flavored dental dog treats.
Real.
Real, yes.
I know my dog treats.
Moon, pumpkin spice Tropicana pumpkin juice.
Whoa. Fake.
Fake, yes.
I could see that though. I can see that on the horizon.
What would they make it? Like
I don't know, some kind of juice or milk. It's around the corner.
Yeah.
Pumpkin juice is like a cute pet name for your lover.
pumpkin juice.
What's up, pumpkin juice?
Learn,
Hey.
pumpkin spice chai poopery. Poopery.
Pumpkin spice chai poopery. I'm saying that's real.
That's real.
Hello.
Pumpkin spice hand sanitizer, Rafe.
Real.
Real. Scott, pumpkin spice Listerine strips.
Fake.
Fake, yes.
That would be a odd one.
Moon, pumpkin spice Doritos.
Ooh. You know, I wouldn't buy them, but I would try them. But I got a feeling Doritos thinks it doesn't need it. So I'm going to say fake.
Fake, yeah, good one.
All right.
All right. You guys are doing great. Learn, pumpkin spice cream cheese.
Oh, that is real.
That is real, yes. Rafe, pumpkin spice nasal spray, Vicks nasal spray.
Fake.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Wanted it to be real.
Scott, old pumpkin spice deodorant.
Fake.
Fake, yes.
Old pumpkin spice.
Old pumpkin spice.
That's funny.
Moon, pumpkin spice hard seltzer.
Oh, true.
That's real. Learn, pumpkin spice Gatorade.
Fake.
Fake, wow. Rafe, pumpkin spice Pepto-Bismol.
Wish it was real, but I think it's fake.
That's fake. Scott, pumpkin spice Jello instant pudding.
Real.
Real. Moon, pumpkin spice gushers.
Ooh. Fake.
Fake, yes.
All
Yes, well
right.
done.
Because you know what? They're not marketing it to kids yet.
Learn pumpkin spice condoms.
Real.
Oh, no! Fake.
Oh, missed opportunity.
Bummer.
Rafe, pumpkin spice Coca-Cola.
Ooh. I'm going to go real.
Fake.
That's a hard one.
Seems like something they do.
That's your first wrong,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it was my first miss.
Congrats.
Scott, pumpkin spice latte body mist.
Fake.
Real.
Real.
Again, available at Bath and Pumpkin
Body
Works.
Okay, so here we go. Last round. Last go round. What's the score?
Rafe and Moon are tied at 7, and King and I are tied at 6.
Oh
Seems like
boy,
we're in last.
competition.
Oh, boy.
Everybody's in it.
3,000 points.
How many points is this worth?
Moon, pumpkin spice ring pops.
Oof.
You know, I said they're not marketing towards kids,
Pumpkin spice ring pops.
so I have to stay consistent. I'm going to say fake.
Fake, all right.
All right, baby.
Learn.
What?
Pumpkin spice Aquafina water.
Fake.
Fake.
Nice.
That would improve Aquafina, though. It's the grossest bottled water.
That's the one out of the Detroit River, right?
Gosh, it's so disgusting.
Rafe, pumpkin spice scented toilet paper.
Real.
Real, yeah.
Outstanding work.
And finally, King Scott,
Yes.
pumpkin spice lube.
Real.
Real.
Oh, wow.
Justin.
Those mechanics
all right.
love that.
A tremendous
You guys did
showing
all right.
from
Good job,
everyone.
guys.
Yeah, that
Thank
was
you.
Good job,
impressive.
guys.
Fun
And
game.
congratulations to Moon and Rafe,
Oh, thank you.
2 golds.
the pumpkin spice champions.
Hey, Lern, congrats on
Spice Boys.
second.
we
Spice Boys.
we know our spice.
All right, today is August the 30th. Back in the day, 36 years ago, 1987, the very first Street Fighter video game was released. 36 years ago.
Wow.
35 years ago, 1988, the metal band Danzig releases their self-titled debut record featuring their smash hit Mother. 30 years ago today, 1993, 23 million homes tuned into the CBS debut of The Late Show with David Letterman. Less than half that many people watched The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. Billy Joel was Dave's first musical guest. That same day, 30 years ago, 1993, Nirvana releases their single Heart-Shaped Box, the first single from Nirvana's third and final studio record. All right, 26 years ago today, 1997, the very first WNBA championship. It was the Houston what?
Rockets.
Astros.
No. Let's see how many
Hornets.
WNBA fans are in here. The Houston.
Oh, the
Sparks.
wheelbarrows.
The Houston, yes, Comets. The
Comets.
Houston
Of
Comets
I was so
course.
close.
beat the New York.
Ranger.
The New York.
The New York.
Liberty.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
right.
A sports fan.
I like that.
Hey, by the way, I know a fan.
Of the WNBA?
I was talking to my guitar player from Goldfinger, and he said, "Hey, can I call you back?" I said, "Yeah. What are you doing? You're never busy." He goes, "Listen, there's an important WNBA game on, and I just can't give you my attention." I went, "Oh my gosh,
Wow.
I got to tell Riz."
It's fun.
I said, "Okay, man."
It's fun. All right.
You don't have to call me back.
20 years ago in 2003, Death Wish superstar Charles Bronson dies from pneumonia at the age of 81. And 8 years ago today, 2015, Nightmare on Elm Street director Wes Craven dies from brain cancer. He was 76. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your Crap on Celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best, flush the rest. BrightHouseCo.com, 636-600-0188. Dolly Parton is in England promoting her rock star album, and she's not messing around, all right? Her schedule's jam-packed, and she declined. And I don't know if this is rude or not. I want to get your take on this. Kate Middleton, the Duchess of Sussex, invited Dolly for tea, which is a great honor.
Whoa.
Dolly declines, but said if Kate would be willing to promote the album, she would have gone.
She is a machine.
Right?
Promotional machine.
She doesn't have time for tea.
No thanks, no time.
No.
I bet she just
This
couldn't
is
fit. I bet she just couldn't fit it in her schedule. That's it.
But is it rude? I mean, Here you have a prominent American.
Is it rude for whoever it is to expect me to drop everything for tea?
Kate Middleton?
Oh, because she's royalty?
Yeah.
Because she's royalty? Her time is more important?
No, I'm saying
She's
our
not my
royalty.
princess.
Dolly Parton is our American queen, okay?
No, first of all, that's Oprah.
Excuse me.
This person.
You.
I don't. I kind of wanted. I don't know. I feel like I wanted Dolly to go there, but whatever. She turned
No,
it
she's
down.
not my princess. Dolly's got a tight schedule. I saw a picture of her at some like PetSmart. Did you see
That's
the
where
video?
she's
of
at?
her? Yeah, she was at a PetSmart. I guess she's now has a new line of dog toys.
Promotional machine.
Who?
Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Are they called doggy partons?
Gotta be.
Yes, it is.
Gotta be.
The late night talk shows have been dark since the start of the writer's strike, and now the late night hosts are teaming up to start a podcast. So Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Seth Meyers, and John Oliver formed Strike Force 5, where they're collaborating on Spotify for a podcast that will discuss the strike. And the proceeds from this limited series will go to staffers from each of the hosts' shows. And the podcast debuts today. I saw Kimmel tweeted out a little promo video for this. And I love all those guys, so I subscribed. I can't wait to hear what they're going to say. What do you think about this? Annoying?
I bet it's going to be everybody just trying to one-up each other to be the funniest.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Well, who do you think is the funniest out of those guys?
So Colbert,
John Oliver, Seth Meyers, the Jimmies.
Meyers.
Who's the
Who's
funniest? Colbert's the funniest, probably.
You think? I think
oh,
John Oliver.
I think John Oliver has it.
Yeah, someone from the
him.
Colbert Show,
It's true.
probably.
I don't know.
No, you're not a Kimmel fan? I would take you as a
Jimmy's
Jimmy Kimmel
funny.
guy.
I love Jimmy, but
I don't know. I haven't seen any of those shows in so long.
You didn't watch the Man Show?
I like
when it
Jimmy
was on?
Fallon.
I love Jimmy
I
Fallon.
think he seems like a really nice guy with not a bad bone in his body.
Jimmy Kimmel's a super nice dude. I mean, he comes off same kind of way, doesn't he?
Colbert's an improv guy, though.
I think Jimmy
Yeah.
Kimmel's got a dark side to him.
You do?
Yeah.
You know something we don't know?
No, I don't. So he's a radio guy. We all have dark sides.
Yeah. But that makes me love him even more.
Like Jimmy Kimmel started as a radio guy. Oh, I know there's a screw loose there.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy Fallon I got to meet once was super cool.
I love Kimmel. Kimmel's a nice dude,
I know.
and he's
Call
really
me a
good.
Jimmy Fallon
He's really
guy. I know
good to musicians.
I know he's very milquetoast and he always laughing at his own jokes. I don't know. Kind of like it.
He's cool, though.
He seems charming.
Bob Barker's legacy is going to be celebrated with CBS Presents The Price is Right, a tribute to Bob Barker in prime time. Statement from CBS said this tribute to the legendary Bob Barker will bring back great memories of generations of The Price is Right for fans who loved Bob. So if you want to set your DVRs, it's going to air on CBS Paramount Plus at 7 p.m. on Thursday, and it will re-air on Labor Day in the daytime slot for the game. And I also read that Bob Barker reportedly left most of his fortune to go to charity. So good on
Selfish.
him. Cruel.
Which his kids are psyched.
This sucks.
Oh,
So,
cool charity.
I was on Facebook yesterday, and my aunt got hacked, and it said that she was it like automatically tagged a bunch of people that she was in a car accident,
Oh no!
and it had like a link that you were to click, and I was like, "There's no way that this is real," and like I reported the comment or whatever, but. This is like the new wave of hacking because this has happened. We saw this with Lil Tay a couple weeks ago, the internet star. And then yesterday, Josh Sider, who I didn't remember from The Bachelorette, a post went out all over social media that he had died. And so yesterday, he posted a video saying that he's alive and well and that his account was hacked. So hackers are getting into accounts and putting out like death statements. And that's kind of the new wave of getting engagement and getting people to click links and whatnot.
Yeah.
How
so that just
scary is
happened with that YouTuber.
Right.
And now this guy.
It's nuts, man.
Yeah, maybe we got to verify stuff before we start running with this person's dead.
Right.
We got to
All over
be first.
all over the
Are
media.
you suggesting media literacy?
Maybe. Get out.
Good luck. Good luck.
The Earth is flat. Haven't you seen the pictures from the India space shuttle?
According to Hugh Hefner's widow, Crystal, Hef was deaf in one ear because of how much Viagra he was taking towards the end. She's putting out a memoir called Only Say Good Things, and she spills the beans about how he'd rather be deaf but still able to have sex.
Did you read any of this? So
I read mainly the
I
article.
was fascinated by this. So she went into basically every night, Hef would have multiple women in his room to have sex with. And he would basically just take Viagra and lay there.
Wow.
Whoa. Doesn't that seem sad?
Very sad.
Yeah. Fascinating.
Yeah, he kind of became like, he outlived his own legacy. He outkicked his coverage on. He should have just kicked it like at 55 or 60 and died the hero. He took the Batman journey.
But
where he became like the crypt keeper, like a husk of himself in a little bathrobe and a captain's hat, like, ooh, get out of here. And he's like, these are my girlfriends. Get out of here, dude. You're disgusting.
But she said it was like almost like a Stockholm syndrome thing where she loved her captor.
Ugh.
Weird, man. What about the side effects? But back to the side effects. Does it really make you go deaf?
Yeah, so hearing loss is one of the side effects if you take too much Viagra.
But-
What'd you say?
Huh?
Hearing loss.
God,
oh,
come on, fellas.
Rafe.
You both are better than that.
Well,
We leave that garbage to Scott.
Thank you.
You can't do it all the time.
So one of the other girlfriends, remember he had the girlfriends?
Yeah, the
She
bunny.
said the same thing, that he would just take Viagra and just lay like at the edge of the bed, and women would just random.
I wonder what he loved about that, aside from the obvious. But, like, did he just love seeing women have pleasure, and that's why he was cool
No.
with that? Like,
Well, this Crystal woman says nobody got pleasure out of anything
right.
here.
None of that sounds like a hot experience.
My question is, who are these women? Who
The
volunteers
bunnies,
for this
right?
mission?
All the bunnies in the mansion. Isn't that the thing? He would sleep with every woman that was there. That was part of, like, the initiation of being in that bunny sorority was,
I
like,
guess so.
was
have
he
sex with him?
was he even getting pleasure, or was this just something that was so deeply psychologically needed, like some sort of attention thing or something?
Yeah. It was like his legacy, like Rafe was saying, like he was a shell of himself. Like he probably kept it going because that was that was the rumor of him.
But that's
He
what
slept with
he
all
thought
those
that he
blondes.
was. Yeah, like he's
Yeah.
buying his own
So,
hype.
I mean, he became like he's probably a sex addict, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
I mean, I think that goes without saying, but like also just got high on his own supply and his own legacy, and then like leaned in too hard, where it's just like, it's like a pro wrestler who becomes the character.
Yeah.
You're just like, whoa, you are this thing now. And just
Sad.
like no one got pleasure. He got some, right? Or was he at that point where he's
I
like,
think he
I
was
don't
at
even
that
feel
point.
this?
Yeah, I think he was at
It's
the
like
point
a
where-
rhino's horn down there.
You ever see a picture of his son? I think he's got a son named Cooper who looks almost exactly like him.
And I believe he's the one on
Whoa.
OnlyFans.
He is?
His
That's
son?
that's the second part of this story is that Hugh Hefner's son is now on OnlyFans.
Why? He don't need money, does he?
Whoa, he does. He does look like him in this picture. Look at that.
Yeah, he's cute. Hugh Hefner was a good-looking guy back in the day, like way back in the day. All right, and finally, Ranker listed the most awkward movie scenes of all time.
Now, awkward to who? Awkward to watch with your parents?
No, awkward. Just it meant to be awkward. Okay, let me give you let me give you one here. So, like number 10, which I don't think any of you would get. I'm being sexist by saying this, but How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Kate Hudson, Matthew McConaughey. There's a scene in that movie where they are mad at each other and they're singing "You're So Vain" to each other, and it's kind of awkward to watch. But it was made to be awkward
Okay.
because it's like the crescendo of everything's coming to the drama.
It's got to be. There's got to be. There's something about Mary in there. Is that the Frank About the Beans?
That is the number one scene that is the most awkward movie of all time.
I
Very
remember
good
seeing
riff.
that in the theater, and when you see the zipper with the sack caught.
How
in the
did you
zipper-
get the beans above the Frank?
Right.
Yeah, the beans above the Frank.
But the most awkward one is when
The hair.
is the hair and the process that leads up to the hair.
Right. That didn't make the list, though.
It didn't. That scene made me uncomfortable.
How'd you get the beans above the Franks?
Is it the American Pie scene?
Oh, the
That-
actual pie.
It was probably on the list, but not top 10.
Okay.
Where I got caught having sex with the pie.
There's a bunch of movies on here that we love, that all of
Oh,
us
man.
love, that we've seen a million times.
The most awkward scenes.
Super bad.
Superbad's not on the list, not top 10.
Oh, when with the
With the dancing.
didn't Jonah Hill get the blood on his pants?
Yep.
Was that Emma Stone?
No.
Yeah. I thought it
also
was Emma
thought
Stone.
the-
It wasn't. Emma Stone was his love interest. That's when they go to the party
oh.
with the Tide bottles.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't that also the part where Michael Cera sings These Eyes? Because he's like, hey, aren't you so-and-so's little brother? And he lies about it. He goes, you're the singer, right? Like, that felt awkward. That was meant to be awkward and was funny awkward.
Oh, Garrett says Meet the Parents. Anything from Meet the Parents?
Meet the Parents. Yep, the first dinner scene in Meet the Parents where he talks about milking the cat.
Oh, milking the cat. Yeah.
That came
I've
in
got
number
nipples
3.
too, Greg. Can you milk me?
The bathroom scene from Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, Chris, great one. Swingers, the voicemail.
That is number
yes.
8. Number 8.
Do you remember when
and it
he's
is.
trying to leave a voicemail for the woman he met the night before?
And he keeps calling her
and
back.
he keeps calling her back, and she finally picks up and she says, don't call me again.
So awkward.
I don't remember that.
John Favreau.
John
So
Favreau.
good.
So good.
Because he's
Movie's
really like
amazing.
neurotic and he just can't handle like he actually got a girl's number at the bar.
Oh,
It
man.
was so awkward.
Oh, that was Heather. Was that Heather Graham?
Really?
No. Heather Graham, or was it? I don't remember. I don't think it was. Anyway, there's an iconic movie from the 80s that you guys are missing. That's number 4. That is
Weird Science.
awkward. No, Weird Science, great movie though.
National Lampoons, like any
No.
of the vacations.
Like this scene is legendary for a couple of reasons. The song that is playing.
Is it John Cusack?
No.
Give me a hint.
Is it a John Hughes movie?
I don't no, this is a Cameron Crowe movie.
Cameron Crowe. Why am
Almost
I not?
Famous.
It's Russell's brother.
Vanilla
80s.
Sky.
80s. Cameron Crowe, I don't know if Cameron Crowe did movies in the 80s.
Yeah, I thought he did. Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Oh, say anything?
Oh, yes, he did do
He did
Fast Times. It did.
The bathroom scene after the Phoebe Cates boob scene is number 4
with Judge Reinhold?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Where he
Never
gets
seen
caught joeing?
Yes.
Never seen it.
You've never seen that movie?
Oh, you got to see it.
I missed a lot of cool ones back then.
But you like it stands the test of time. Like that whole the soundtracks, the Nancy Wilson cameo, the high
Sean
school
Penn.
emotions.
You should probably see it.
Okay.
What's the road trip?
Road Trip's not on top 10.
He
What
gets his
about-
prostate?
BJ says Boogie Nights, Mark talking to his wang.
No, but that should be on this list.
That scene's awesome.
You want me to give you the movie and see if you can guess the scene?
Yeah.
All right. So Fargo
Bridesmaids should be on there.
came in at number 9.
I've never seen that whole movie.
Which
I've
one?
never either. Fargo.
Oh man. What's awkward? I mean, there's a whole bunch, I guess, in that, but
The scene, and I read about it. The scene where is it Mike Yanagita? He is hitting on a pregnant woman, and then he's dealing with like the loss of his wife, and I guess it turns awkward. I don't know. I've never seen it.
Okay.
Number 7, Wedding Crashers.
Which scene in Wedding
Is it the
Crashers?
goose?
There's a bunch in Wedding Crashers, but this one,
It's Bradley Cooper has to dump out the trash can.
no. But that's that whole dinner scene where Isla Fisher is getting up on Vince Vaughn under the table.
Yeah.
That it's not on this list, but it should be. The scene from Wedding Crashers is when Christopher Walken's in talking to Vince Vaughn, and he's tied up in the bed with the brother. Number 6, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Whenever Jason Segel is nude and they're breaking up, right at the beginning
Yeah.
of the movie, that came in at number 6.
That's a great movie.
Bridesmaids with Rose Byrne and Kristen Wiig. Whenever they're fighting over who's the best friend with the toasts at the engagement party, and they
Yeah.
keep coming back
Yeah.
and trying to one up each other. That came at number 5. And number 2, I've never seen this movie, but I've heard terrible things.
Give us-
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3.
Awkward moment in
Is it
that.
James Franco?
No, it's Tobey Maguire. I don't know if James Franco's in this scene. It's when emo Peter Parker is
Yeah.
tangoing. That came in at number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
What was
That's
up
a
with that?
famously bad scene.
Isn't that like one
Emo
of the
Peter Parker.
worst movies of all time? Spider-Man 3?
It's not great.
It was weird.
It's bad. Where I just saw a TikTok where he's like Topher Grace's Venom, who was a
Or Topher
horrible
Grace.
casting. It was like emo Peter Parker, like being a smart aleck and jumping through a skylight, but they put in like he like jumps his feet up in the air and his legs go up, and they just like edited in a big long fart. He's like, "Catch you later, loser." And then Topher Grace looks down Scott and goes, "Hey!" It was just like made it even more awkward and funny.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Jessica Henwick, that is Nymeria Sand on Game of Thrones, and Colleen on Marvel's Iron Fist. She's 31. Andy Roddick, the retired tennis stud, he's 41. Cameron Diaz is 51. Michael Chiklis is 60. Lewis Black is 75. Ben Jones, that's Cooter from the Dukes of Hazzard, is 82 years old, and Warren Buffett, congratulations, 5th richest person in the world.
Oracle of Omaha.
That's right, 93 years old.
Congratulations. Today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Heather Lear. And today's birthday girl's been in 91 fine films, including The Adventures of Boatwoman, Between the Cheeks 2, Animates 6, Ladies Lovin' Ladies, The Pleasure Principle, The Pleasure Seekers, Trick Tracy 2, and who could forget a role in 1990's Wanda Whips the Dragon Lady. Heather Lear is 53 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back, and we're going to play Matchup with Moon. That's right. King Scott, your time to shine.
All right, it's a tough one.
King Scott is going to ask Moon and I 5 questions. Whoever gets the most questions right, our teammates on the phone will win their choice of prizes. And oh boy, we got some prizes. Tickets to go see Shinedown with Papa Roach this coming Sunday. We got tickets to go see 3 Days Grace with Chevelle, September 20th over at St. Louis Music Park. We got tickets to go see comedian John Oliver, Steeple Theater next Thursday, September 7th, and tickets to go see Flogging Molly Tuesday night, September 12th over at the Pageant. All right, so we need Team Moon, we need a Team Riz, 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. Matchup with Moon is next. All right, welcome back to the program. Let's give away some stuff. All right, Matchup with Moon time. All right, so here comes King Scott. King Scott's got the questions, carefully crafted.
I have the questions.
All right,
He's got
the questions.
Carefully
So he'll ask us 5 questions each with the same 5 questions. Whoever gets the most questions right, our respective teammates on the phone will win their choice of prizes. Shinedown Papa Roach tickets, 3 Days Grace Chevelle tickets, Flogging Molly tickets, and tickets to go see John Oliver over at Steeple Theater. I believe I swept last time we played.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
All right, so I will pick as far as getting the questions first and going into isolation first. I'm going to take the questions first. We'll put Moon in isolation first.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, let's get our teammates first. All right, let's go to Dylan. Good morning, Dylan.
Good morning.
All right,
Happy
Dylan.
birthday, Riz.
Thanks, buddy. Team Riz or Team Moon?
Team Moon.
Team Moon.
All
Okay.
right.
Hope you
All right,
lose.
feeling good.
All right, and we got Zachary. You are Team Riz.
Good morning, Riz. Happy birthday.
Thanks, buddy. You and me, all right?
Sounds good.
All
Let's
right,
win it.
sounds great. Let's win it.
He's enthusiastic.
He's
I
into
like it.
Let's win it indeed. All right, let's put Moon in isolation.
Okay.
And by the way, I've been fasting this morning. Got some blood work after the show today. I got to do that 8 to 10 hour fast. So,
You're a little weak.
No, you got this.
oh no, I'm feeling sharp.
Oh, you are.
My mind is clear.
Oh, wow.
Ahmed,
That's the opposite.
You think I'm feeling weak? Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no. Cruise through those, buddy.
it's good. I know that I got one wrong, and my dad's gonna kick my ass if he hears about
Yeah,
it.
the element one for me was the.
Oh, see, now you probably guessed, and you probably guessed right. I guessed wrong. I'm thinking about it now, and I know that I picked number 2 or 3.
Well, let's see. Let's get the answers. Rafe's ready.
Ready.
You ready?
Let's do it.
Can't wait.
Was it a yawn?
I'm playing for Dan.
Turned into a scream.
Christopher's playing with Moon.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All righty. The first successful testing of an atomic bomb was in which U.S. state? Moon, you said either California or Nevada. You went with Nevada.
Damn it.
Riz, you said New Mexico, and the answer is New Mexico.
Yes.
Oh,
He said Nevada, and I was like, oh, man.
oh, New
Was it?
Mexico.
I then second guessed myself.
What is the most...
Is it Los Alamos, right?
I think so.
I don't even know. Well,
What?
I lost it. I lost it then. It's over.
What is the most common element in the universe? Moon, you went through a list of them. You ended up with helium, and Riz,
No, that's
you
number
said
2.
hydrogen, and the
Hydrogen
correct
is
answer
one.
is
Hydrogen is one.
Yeah, right.
God darn it.
what's
Killing it.
killing it? Gosh. What sort of dog is Snoopy? You both said beagle, and you're both correct.
Killing it.
Wow.
Way to go, you
That
guys.
was, I feel good at least about rando guessing that.
Yeah, that was nice. Who was the first president to pardon a turkey? And Moon, you said Kennedy, and Riz, you said George Herbert originally, and then you switched to George.
I said, yeah.
Yeah, and then you switched to
HW.
Yeah, HW, and the correct answer is Kennedy.
Oh, look at
Holy.
you.
Nice. You did it.
Which did it?
That was
did it.
That was more random of a guess than Beagle.
Yeah, you
I
did
thought
good.
it was a lot sooner than that.
Which director is known for his gothic?
Oh, I won, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, if
Yes.
you get this wrong,
What
And
idiot
Moon
would
gets
get
it
this
right.
wrong? He's not going to get this wrong.
he did. Which director is known for his
God,
gothic,
hydrogen,
eccentric,
I'm an
spooky movies,
idiot.
including Corpse Bride and Beetlejuice? Moon, you said Tim Burton, and Riz said Tim Burton.
Killing it!
Wow.
It's
Not my
Tim
day
Burton.
today. Such a bummer. That's okay.
Yeah.
The,
Tiebreaker.
The spectrum of your excitement to your depletion right now is too much.
We should be excited.
That's a bummer.
Here's the tiebreaker. When was the first Chevy Corvette manufactured? Moon, you said 1951. Riz, you said 1964. The correct answer is 1953.
Oh.
Damn.
Yep. And by the way, while I was looking up fun facts, in 1870, do you know that a lady from here in St. Louis created the first kindergarten?
My God, that is the neatest thing I have ever heard.
That is neat.
Thought that was very cool.
Let me talk to Dan real quick. Hey, Dan.
Hey!
We won. We won. Hey. All right, Dan. Hang on a second. All right. Way to go, Scott. Good
Thank
questions today.
Oh, darn.
Oh, great success.
Nice work, man.
I'm impressed with both of you.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks, Lern.
You guys are
I'm going to take
brainiacs.
that compliment and put it in my pocket.
Thank you.
All right, up after the break. Moon's got some of your emails. Rafe's got a little something to say to St. Louis next, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Such a bummer. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Dylan and Steven.
Christopher.
Christopher. God,
You can
man.
at least get to know your...
I'm sorry.
You can at least get to know
The
your
people that I
teammates.
let down.
Yeah, speaking of letting down people, yeah, Rafe next. So yesterday we announced the Mad Tea Party Halloween Bash Saturday night, October 28th, over at Ballpark Village. We'll be hosting live performances from Moon and the Teenage Dirtbags. Costume contest, your chance to win up to $10,000 in cash and prizes, all-inclusive drink packages and more. Pre-sale going on right now at 1057thepoint.com. Use code RIZ. That runs through this Friday, 11:55 a.m. or while supplies last. Pre-sale is your chance to get the absolute cheapest ticket, $25 all-inclusive or $10 general admission. The Mad Tea Party Halloween Bash at Ballpark Village, October 28th. Brought to you in part by Johnny Brock's Dungeon and the Cobb Factory Haunted House. All the details at 1057thepoint.com. All right, before we get to your emails, Rafe's got something to say to everybody. I think Rafe's got something to say to the people of St. Louis after his performance yesterday on this program.
This is a tough moment. I just wanted to address the city of St. Louis. And those of you that were listening yesterday, I just want to issue a public apology. Recently, I was on the airwaves where the FCC gods monitor every syllable. And I accidentally let 3 different potty mouth words slip out.
3 different times.
3 different times, 3 separate times.
And that is a new record.
New record.
A lot of kids
In one show. Now, I could say that my microphone magically turned itself on or that King Scott whispered it into the mic when I wasn't looking. But
I apologize.
All good reasons.
let's be real, King only knows one curse word, and it's gosh dang it. So let me address this Trimple dump out incident in the most straightforward way I can. Folks, I messed up, and not in the charming forgot to flush kind of way. No, it was a big steaming pile. And for that, I'm genuinely sorry. I understand that some ears are more delicate than others. Like a roll of one-ply toilet paper, my word choice was rough and prone to tearing. I assure you it was accidental and is accidentally using the bidet as a water fountain. And I promise to be more mindful moving forward. I've even installed a new piece of high-tech equipment, also known as a Post-it note, with the words, "Don't curse, dumbass," scribbled in red, right next to my microphone as a gentle reminder. And in the spirit of reconciliation, I'll also be donating 75 cents to a local children's charity called the Swear Jar Foundation. which is definitely not a jar on my desk labeled pizza money. This foundation is committed to rehabilitating potty-mouthed individuals like yours truly and elevating the discourse to at least bathroom stall graffiti level. It's an important foundation for me, and I hope it's important for you. So there it is. I screwed up, but like a good toilet plunger, I'm aiming to make things right. I've had a lot of time to soul search in the last 22 hours. The man I was yesterday was not the man I am today. I've taken this extremely long, difficult time to reflect on my actions and seek the guidance and counseling necessary to improve as a person. It's a journey I'm committed to for myself and for everyone who's ever believed in me. I'm grateful to those who stood by me, and I understand that some of you feel disappointed or even betrayed. I hold myself to a high standard, and I understand the responsibility that comes with the platform that I have. It's a wake-up call for me to be more responsible, more respectful, and more aware of the impact of my actions. And with that being said, I'd like to apologize to a few people.
Sure.
Specifically. First and foremost, my friends, my family, and my co-host here in the studio. 45 seconds of our program will never get back. I owe that to all of you. I'd like to apologize to Moon's friends and family. I'd like to apologize to Riz's mom.
Oh, God.
Both of Lern's cats.
Thank you.
Tommy Mattern or John Kielski, only one, they can choose. I'd like to apologize to my high school football team. You know who you are. I'd like to apologize to 2 out of the 3 colleges I attended. Johnny Logan, you can suck it. I'd like to apologize to all the children at Babbler Elementary School.
Big time listeners.
Yeah.
We're daily listeners as part of the Next
intercom.
Generation radio programming.
We're number 1 at Babbler.
It's over the intercom there.
I have a feeling the Babbler's listening to the Arch today, and that's on me. I'd like to apologize to Colin Lombardi, our job shadow, who happened to be here and have to witness that incident. As a future possible Nepo employee of the company, I'm sorry that you had to see that. It was not my finest hour. I'd like to apologize to Stanley Hubbard and the entire Hubbard family. And Frank the truck driver, who I'm sure has never heard coarse language like that in his life. Sorry that I exposed you to that, Frank. I'd like to also apologize to Bigfoot, in case he was listening, Voldemort, Darth Vader, Captain Ahab, Smeagol and Gollum, Bill Nye the Science Guy, Ferris Bueller, Chuck Norris, because we all know Chuck Norris doesn't make mistakes, but if he did, they would instantly apologize to him. Unfortunately, I'm no Chuck Norris. I'm also sorry to Dora the Explorer, Nicolas Cage, the Sorting Hat from Harry Potter, and the late, great Bob Ross. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity to make amends, and I hope we can all move forward and continue to build a show that you could be proud to listen to. Thanks for listening, St. Louis. And I'm really fudging sorry. The end. Man.
Hit the
Kidding me, dude?
We're back, baby!
People calling you Rafe Catan on the chat and just saying, "Hey man, we just thought you were on Ambien."
Listen, I said you set a record for a show member.
Yeah, not for a
person on that has been in the program.
Mama Riz also has chimed in and said apology accepted. So
Thank you.
There we go.
That's very important to me.
It's very important. On a lighter note, bucket list. Somebody sent Rafe.
Oh yeah, this is cool.
A glove. Did you see the glove?
No.
Guys, got this in the mail yesterday.
Oh sweet.
One of my bucket list items was to have a hawk and or falcon land on my arm, and a listener from California who is a falconer sent me my very own extra large.
that
Look
is
at that.
so cool.
Look at this thing.
Dude.
Falconer's leather glove with the little strap that holds the
leg.
bird.
I didn't know
Don't
they
hold it
had
up like
one of
that.
those.
Dude, isn't that cool?
That's pretty
Yeah, don't hold it up
sick.
like that.
Why?
One will fly in and land on it.
Yeah,
Hope
I mean,
so.
Yeah.
just hold it out there.
You can't just hold that
Four
around like
Falcons
that.
just hit the window.
Not only did he dump 3 times on the air, he just killed 4 endangered falcons. Not going good for me. This is such a cool thing, and they wrote me a little letter, which I thought was hilarious. And the letter
That's
reads,
super nice.
Rafe Beastmaster Williams, this glove has trained many a game hawk. It holds stories of great hunts and even greater birds of prey. Treat it like a worn baseball glove, and it shall last you the rest of your hawk flying days. A few facts while you're reading. Hunting with birds of prey is called hawking, whether you fly with a falcon, eagle, or a hawk. Falconry is the oldest sport in existence. Humans have been using birds of prey to hunt for 10,000 years. Falconers start as apprentices and learn from a sponsor for 2 years before they're ever allowed to go on their
Can't
own.
just jump into hawking.
You can't just.
Wow,
no.
so this is a 2-year bucket list.
This is you still have one land on my arm.
Fast track them.
Yeah, I'm on the fast
Where's the
track.
fast track degree?
The marks on the glove are not all from the bird grabbing the glove. They land on this glove and give them a better vantage point while walking in the field. Talons are no joke. Hopefully you can find someone to hunt with you where you live. Falconers in North America are the most adaptable falconers in the world. We hunt what we can and travel to great lengths to hunt with our birds. Enjoy your time with this glove. Thanks, Les Lamke.
Very
P.S.
cool.
Very cool.
Oh, cool.
You can clean it more if you want, but it removes some of that Beastmaster blood magic. Saddle soap works the best. All right, thanks, Les.
Thanks, Les.
That's cool. Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
I sees it.
Here it comes. Try it on. It's cool. You feel more powerful when you put it on.
Yeah.
I want all of you to put it on and tell me that you don't feel a little tougher.
Whoa.
That looks remarkable.
And a little cooler.
You're either trying to catch birds or you're about to
This is bad.
fight the mountain.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat looking, dude.
Try that on.
Kind of
let me
feels,
see it.
yeah, it does kind of feel like Thanos, dude, when you put it on.
Yeah,
You
like
kind of
a
feel like
power
you
glove.
could snap and a bird's going to.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't that feel good?
Come on!
Yeah, man. Don't you want a hawk to just fly in through that window, break that window, and land on your arm with like a rabbit in its mouth or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, break through that double pane
That's a cool
soundproof
glove,
window.
man.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Les.
That is super cool.
One
Hey,
step closer to your bucket list.
One step closer. You got me prepared, at least.
You know, I got a feeling you and I can both knock off a bucket list item because I'm about to knock off the first one. I got a feeling here in the next couple weeks.
Yeah,
With
you
what-
look cool,
with what?
Lern.
You want to know which one?
Which one?
Well, it'll be the perfect one for Rafe to knock this one out at the same place.
Okay, what
Because
is it?
Grant's Farm has reached out,
Oh,
baby.
really?
What? And it's getting lined up.
Driving the train?
That's
Driving
right.
the train.
That's great.
Riding that train, high on cocaine.
Yep.
Grant's
Oh,
Farm,
awesome.
you better. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
You got to get the whole outfit right.
Well, I hope
We
so.
gotta get him the whole
I need the hat.
The hat, the overalls, everything.
I want it all. So, dude,
that's
can you
awesome.
imagine? I'll drive. You be in the back talking about, the Grant family and some other stuff, and just have your arm
Yeah,
out.
just have the arm with a hawk.
You never
on
know.
the back of the train.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, man.
Man,
It's
They just fly right over the
that's
bison.
happening.
Dude, having a hawk land on a moving train would be.
I don't
Bob
think it's ever
Seger would
been
appear,
done.
dude. I'm pretty sure he would appear. It happened again.
Let's get to some emails. RichShow1057thepoint.com.
Emails brought to you by Big Dick's Brick Mailboxes. No box too big or too small. Big Dick's does them all. Real quick, just in the last hour, we've had so many emails coming in about Crazy Horse National Monument. Remember, we were talking about this being on the list.
Listen,
of-
it wasn't our list.
Yeah, it wasn't our list.
Of overrated tourist traps.
Right.
Like that was Google review.
Yeah,
For a
yeah.
list.
23.3 million Google reviews were analyzed, and they said the Crazy Horse National Monument in North Dakota was,
Yeah.
or South Dakota, one of the Dakotas, was a waste of time.
Yeah, and I can't read all the emails, but they all said the same thing. A, it's not out of the way. B, it's incredible, and C, the history and the whole idea by it, from it is amazing. And it's all like privately funded by donations.
Then they need better marketing.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's all again private donations. Okay, so good morning, everyone.
Hello. Good morrow.
So I have a question about our for our fearless leader. Now, this is a postseason question, really, but I'm gonna get it out of the way now so we can really figure out what we're gonna do here. It's almost that time of year when once the football season ends, I keep track of the missed sponsorship shout-outs during either show. Now, you know this guy. This is Jesse.
Okay, so Fastlane, Riz Show, of course, one of the final punishments for losing the football pick'em challenge is the losing team has to say for a month straight that their show is presented by the winning team.
Right.
Every time, you introduce the show. And Jesse, for the last couple of years, has kept track down to the I mean, to the letter.
Yeah.
For each time it's happened.
That's incredible.
Jesse is saying, I was wondering if my services are needed for the end of the season, or are we doing something different? I mean, nothing has been done for the times missed, so I guess you guys are even on those terms, even though they stopped 2 days early. But what do I know? Love you guys. Hope to hear back.
I'm going to have Anthony Stalter on there probably next week. We'll discuss the punishment. That will be part of it. But there's something new this year we're going to do, just getting it all cleared out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be first game is next Thursday.
Yeah.
Dang.
First NFL Week 1 starts next Thursday. So it's going to be us versus the Fast Lane. So their team will consist of Anthony,
Rivers,
Jamie, Marsh, Brad Thompson is playing, and so is Kerry Davis.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. A Super Bowl champion.
So which is fine. Listen, he could tackle people. Doesn't mean he could pick winners.
Good point.
Right?
Right.
So
Any man's game.
bring it. Fast Lane. We got this. Next.
This one's for Rafe. It's your good buddy Frank here. I have a favor to ask you.
Okay.
I've had my fill of Moon saying you judge a barbecue joint by the sides. This is a fallacy and disservice to smoked meats the world over. As the leader of the pork steak army, I behoove you to slap Moon with a pork steak next time he utters this nonsense. I put my faith in you. You're my only hope, Frank.
Well, Frank, I hope you accepted my apology. Two, I have a pretty good glove to lay down.
There'll be no slapping anybody with gloves. Not today.
If you cook a pork steak wrong, it does feel just like that glove.
Does feel like a
No,
glove.
I think, in my opinion, sides do play into.
Sides, and the reason I say this, and this is why, and okay, so maybe I win a little bit of favor back here. I know what you're saying. I know not all barbecue joints are created equal, but we are blessed, truly blessed, to live in a barbecue capital of the planet. We have some incredible restaurants here.
Yeah.
Yes, if you're in a particular mood, one might be better than the other, but we have so many great ones, like top teners in the country in our area, that I think the difference maker, beyond, of course, whatever specialty they have, has to be the sides. Because if a place is great at this and has crappy sides, you lose big points. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Is your point, your size, you gotta matter, you gotta care.
Since phrasing is what got me in hot water yesterday. The phrasing of you judge a barbecue place by its sides is tricky phrasing. Because if the barbecue's on point, you don't need no sides.
Yeah.
You
Sides
can
are
go-
secondary.
Sides are secondary. It could be they could be basic corn on the cob potato salad. If the barbecue's on point, it's on point.
Yeah, there are some places that just have like cornbread and pit beans. That's it.
Yeah, but you
So
can
you're
mess
saying the
that up.
experience, Moon, right?
Yeah, you can mess that
I'm
up.
saying the
experience.
Although they're secondary. Like I don't want a Lamborghini, okay?
I'll
And then
agree
I
with you.
get in and it's some busted ass Yugo inside with torn up leather. You know what I'm
Tape
saying?
deck.
Like, yeah, even though it is secondary, it does matter. And even if it's something
does,
simple
but-
like applesauce, you just give me some cheap ass applesauce or something, I'm gonna be like, oh cool, so you only cared about one thing? Come on, man.
I agree to a point, but sides cannot save poor barbecue, but great barbecue can save bad sides,
Man.
Okay.
or at least not a big selection of
But
sides.
I think, Moon, are you also saying that if you take your time to go to a barbecue joint to get that and you're spending the money, then it should all be
Should all
top
be
tier,
good.
right?
I just love the experience.
I
it's-
agree.
When it comes down to like strict competition here, there's a lot of places, and all the places that we're thinking of right now, they all have incredible main dish barbecues. When you go in there and you have that, and then all of a sudden you get some weird slathered sweet corn, street corn thing or something, and you have that, and you go, oh my! It just takes it over the top. You know what I mean? Like wow, these people care about everything.
Yeah. I mean, it's always a bonus.
That's all I mean. That's all I mean.
Well, there you go, Frank.
'Cause
Moon is.
we're blessed to live in a place where sides
yeah.
actually matter.
We got a clarification from Moon. He's forgiven in the spirit of forgiveness. There'll be no slapping with pork steaks
No.
on this day.
Or falconer gloves.
No.
Next.
Hey, boys and girls.
Hello.
I can't believe y'all don't know the, quote, creepy age formula. It's half your age plus 7. For example, I'm 54. Why, yes, Jeff Burton is my hero. So half my age is 27, plus 7 is 34. So dating anyone under 34 is creepy. But doesn't that change as you get older?
Of course it does.
I mean, that formula goes right out.
Well, it
Wait a
also
minute.
wouldn't that also go right out if you're 20?
Or they're saying that the ratio always equals out.
Wait a minute. It's half your
Oh,
age.
no. So that'd be
half your age plus
okay.
7.
I've heard that. I've heard +7 and +8.
I've heard that. But if you're 60...
37?
37.
60, 37. 70 would be what?
Wouldn't have a problem with that.
42?
I don't have a problem with anything.
It's not a bad. Here's the thing about that conversation.
not
I
true. I
thought
have a
about it
problem with a
after
lot
we
of
I was
talked
going to
about
say,
it.
who are you right now?
He's so cool.
I mean, it's a good math. It's like 40 divided by 2 is 20, plus 7 is 27.
Right.
I feel like you're getting in that range where people would be like, yeah, that's fine. You know what I mean? You're at least in the ballpark. But also, I know a lot of people that are exactly the same age or that are in horrible, terrible, toxic relationships. So it's like it just depends on the person, man.
Yeah.
If you're in a good, healthy relationship, it's a good, healthy relationship. That's the way it is.
I just think it's weird if you are in your 30s and you're dating somebody you can't bring to a bar without a fake ID.
Yeah.
I just think that to me is odd.
Right.
When it's that age range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
But this formula would cover that.
I don't even think the range matters, though. But I think it matters more like, are these people still trying to figure out who the hell they are? Because if you're between 18 and 25, like you don't even know you. Like, you know what I mean? So if you're in your 40s and you're dating 22, it's not that it couldn't be a healthy relationship. It's just like, I don't know, man. I mean, you know what I mean? Like at 22, you can
It's all about sex, you know it.
You can find yourselves in scenarios where you otherwise would not want to be. You just don't know better because you're 22.
You haven't had the life experiences.
I don't
what
even
is
mean
the
that.
like? Okay, so my math is so I could date somebody who's 26, and that's not creepy.
No, honestly, I think 26 is kind of fair game. But
But what about older? Like if I wanted to date somebody older than me.
again, a fair
So you
game
can
because you're
divide
not
the-
21. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you're not in that like weird like we're adults but we're still kids
Well,
zone.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
So that means -7 is 31, which means up until someone's 62 wouldn't be weird.
Cool.
So half my age, so I'm 45, so it'd be 22 to 29 is my cutoff.
There you go.
You're cut off.
Yeah.
So if I dated a 25-year-old, you wouldn't think that'd be weird?
Me?
Yeah, would you think
Knowing
that's
you?
Why'd you
Yes,
just
I
high
would think
five
that's
her? Riz,
Your
why'd
wife
you just
would
high
think
five
it's very
everyone?
weird.
Yeah, my wife would think it's weird. Yeah, for sure. All right, one more, Moon.
Okay, let's see. Hey, y'all. I just asked the wife this question. Who is the best musician or songwriter of your time? I was listening to Foo Fighters and started thinking, oh, maybe it's Dave. Nirvana, Foo Fighters, Queens of the Stone Age, blah, 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 blah. He's been so good for so long. What's your favorite musician of your time?
It's Tom Petty.
See, I immediately went like just first person that popped in my head was Chris Cornell. For me.
Chris Cornell, Tom Petty, go ahead. Just got to name one person off the top of
Is
your
this
head.
someone that's died in our lifetime? Or someone that we kind of
somebody
grew up
that's been-
hearing and
yeah,
then it passed recently?
Somebody that's been making music during our lifetime.
And you've gotten to see maybe or could have seen.
That's such a tough question. So many good ones.
very
I mean,
tough.
I know.
I say Tom Petty, and I'm correct, but
It's a good one.
Would he be considered our time?
yeah, of course.
90s.
Yeah, because I mean, he had huge hits in the 90s.
Wildflowers.
Yeah, good
Great,
point, good point,
great
good point.
videos. And
Great videos on MTV.
then we're going to dress
For
up
God's
like
sakes,
some of his characters
You know,
soon.
Kenny Loggins. Throw Kenny Loggins in this,
Kenny
man. Had so
Loggins.
many hits.
Dang.
Log jamming.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'm
Still gorgeous.
I might say Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Just because of
Whoa.
the production, music writing, the instrumentalization.
Michael
the,
Jackson.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. Okay, yeah. But I'm looking for like fully well-rounded, which is why I would discount Elton John because Elton John's one of the greatest, musicians and players, but he doesn't write his own lyrics. So
You ever
it
see
kinda
video
like-
of Michael Jackson in the studio working?
Yeah, I understand, but I never saw him pick up a ukulele or nothing. You know what I mean? Like he was
Look up
working with
Michael Jackson
his
ukulele.
his
Oh,
skills
Dude,
are
when he does that
his-
moon dancing with the ukulele,
his
it's
skills with what he
amazing.
had were like stupidly phenomenal. I'm not taking anything away from there, but like he was one of the greatest entertainers of all time. They're asking for like musician, right?
Like performer. Like
everything. It's
The
for,
full
for
package.
For me, it's everything. So I'm gonna run Phil Collins up there in top 5. Tom Petty probably. Shoot, man. I mean, Garth for entertainment.
I was to say, I couldn't believe you didn't go there first.
Well, he's not like a shredder or nothing. He's an
Songwriter either?
entertainer.
Yeah.
All right, Rafe, what do you say?
David Lee Roth.
Wow.
Scott?
I'm going to go with, there's 3, I think, that I have to go with would be,
Well, you didn't ask for 3.
I know, but they're a tie. So it's got to be that way.
Wow,
But,
what a cop-out.
well, Alan Jackson, because his songwriting
yeah.
ability is absolutely insane and
Yep.
the second best-selling artist of the 90s and incredible. And then Alison Krauss and also
yeah.
Marty Stewart.
Okay, yeah, I take it back. I say Alison Krauss.
Marty
probably
Stewart's
more.
up there, too.
Oh, then I'll do a 3-way tie between
Let's all
David
do
Lee
3.
Roth,
Here we go.
Willie Nelson, and Bruce Springsteen.
I'll tell you all
Wait.
about it.
Yeah, Allison's mine.
This is a conversation that go on for
Yeah.
4 hours.
Yep. And
Because
changes
Daniel
daily.
Johns is up there for me.
Prince.
Oh yeah,
Yes, somebody
Daniel
said
Johns.
Prince.
Goodness.
All right, we got to take a break. Thank you for the emails.
Oh yeah, honestly, Prince is probably
Prince.
objectively the best.
Yeah, he's in the conversation.
Luis Conte.
Trent Reznor,
Right. Genius.
Danny Elfman.
Danny Elfman. All right, we got to take a break.
Valjean.
We'll come back. We have to crown the douchebag of the day. I have 2 for you to choose from.
Okay.
You got to choose one, only one, but 2 to choose from. All right, guys, we got some work to do.
Okay.
We got to crown the douchebag of the day.
Yeah. And why not? He just called you a big fat douche.
Yeah, it's fitting. It's not me, guys. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 stories, and you have to crown the official douchebag of the day. There can only be one today, but you have 2 nominees, very worthwhile nominees.
Okay.
And we'll start with a gentleman from Kingston, Massachusetts. 31-year-old Cameron Currier has been arrested after putting big rocks in the middle of a road at night in order to cause crashes.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is
That's awful.
Wow.
a crazy story. So cops say that over the last 6 months, Cameron would go out at night in his pickup truck, often on rainy nights, and put rocks weighing about 20 pounds in the middle of Route 27. And then he would go home, which was close enough to hear the car crashes.
What a psycho.
At least 11 cars have hit rocks since February, some of them sustaining serious damage. In some cases, 2 drivers were hurt. So Cameron was arrested after a detective in camo positioned himself in the woods one night and spotted a white pickup truck stopping by the side of the road about midnight. The detective heard the tailgate open, then found a big-ass rock in the middle of the road after the truck drove off. Officers soon spotted Cameron on his porch, and they say his white pickup warm to the touch. So it had just left. So he's looking at multiple charges, including 11 counts of malicious damage to a motor vehicle, and it looks like that number is going to go up because cops say more drivers have been coming forward since news of his arrest. Is that like does that remind you of a movie?
Like Problem Child or something? Or I mean,
Is it like a
The
movie?
Good Son?
I mean, half of these stories are always straight out of movies. They're
I
just
know, but
ridiculous.
the fact that he's putting huge rocks in the middle of a road and then far enough away where he could hear the crashes, and that's what he gets off on.
Yeah.
Wow. I figured he owns a body shop or something.
Like, that's a certain kind of evil right there.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what's going to happen, but you know it's going to be bad.
And you're sitting
Waiting for it.
waiting for just,
Sick.
tire screeches, impact. Man, that's sick.
I wonder if he had any affiliation with, like, towing or...
Well, that's what Scott said, like a body shop.
Yeah.
It doesn't say. I think he just liked the chaos of it all.
Yeah.
All right, so there's your first nominee.
Okay.
Nominee number 2 for Douchebag of the Day. This is an Atlanta area high school football coach who's in trouble after he was caught on video punching one of his players in the stomach.
Whoa.
Yeah. So this happened this past Saturday afternoon during
Got to toughen them up. We got a hell of a season ahead of us.
a live broadcast. It was on TV.
It's like
locally.
Varsity Blues.
Mays versus Douglas County. You could see clearly the coach punched the kid in the stomach, and the kid kind of doubled over in pain. Coach removed from the sideline, arrested.
Good.
Authorities say that the man who punched the player was a lay coach, meaning the coach doesn't hold a certificate nor works at the school.
Oh, what?
And it's a sucker punch, too. Did you see that?
Yeah, the kid wasn't expecting it. Oh, yeah, it's all on video.
Golly.
An Atlanta Public Schools spokesperson said the lay coach will be charged with simple battery and face administrative charges from the district.
Administration is quoted as saying, maybe coaching isn't for him.
Right.
There you go.
Goodness,
There
man.
are the two stories.
Oh, that's tough.
This is tough
This
today.
is a tough one.
On one hand, you got the poor kid that got sucker punched, and that sucks. But that,
That's an adult punching a kid over high school football.
over high school football.
Oh man! Since I'm the executioner, I'm gonna recuse myself, take myself out.
Oh,
of
no.
this.
Oh, no.
No, because
Oh, no.
I have a different set of weaponry for either of these
Oh,
guys,
no.
and I don't want that to sway my vote.
But the other guy, he was hurting multiple people. There was no real specific thing that could have happened. That it's an open landscape of,
Chaos.
So, I'm going with the guy.
Rock in the middle of the road?
Rock in the middle of the road guy. I feel bad for the kid, but that guy's gone and won't be back to coach, so he'll be all right.
Okay. Rock in the middle of the road guy. Rafe.
Rocky Road.
Rocky Road. Rafe.
Scott.
Yeah.
Scott,
I
sorry.
think we have to.
Sorry.
Because my argument originally was going to be like, man, he punched a kid. Granted, the kid's, 16, 17, I don't know. But the other guy, no telling how many kids were in cars. So I got to go that route, I think. Yeah, The Rock. He
I'm
affected
going.
more people.
Listen, I don't want to see a kid get hit
No.
over something
Nobody
as
does.
silly as high school football.
But he also is playing football.
So he probably took it, the kid probably is he took it. So that's adding into his repertoire of how strong he is. And I'm not saying that's how you
Toughen him up.
Toughen him up. But I'm just saying he'll be all right. He'll be better off.
Well, I'm thinking about the mindset of an adult punching a kid.
Right.
Over what? Would he not block somebody right?
It's so silly.
Did you not block somebody right? You didn't cover your man?
There's no reason.
Punch to the gut. No reason.
I know you've been playing for a total of 19 months ever
You should know.
on organized football, but
And
you
this-
got to catch that ball.
Sucker punch to the stomach is going to teach you a lesson.
This is freshman football.
This
Serious.
Sparta. No,
I'm gonna go with
Actually, Doug, it is not Sparta. It is Caldwell Middle School. And you just punched a
flag
child.
As somebody that was just at a football game, a high school freshman football game, which, by the way, we lost 36-0.
Close.
Tight.
Nothing is this serious, ever.
Right.
And you guys got destroyed.
Ever.
Well, I'm going with Rock in the Road guy because he could have killed.
Many people.
That's like
Could have killed
some.
a lot of people.
That's some like serial killer
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Nightcrawler. You remember that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's
Jake
so good.
Gyllenhaal.
Well, and also the fact that he's sitting waiting
Yeah.
to hear the sound of an ensuing accident.
Yeah. Really messed up.
Yeah, really messed up. So, all right, I'm going to go with Cameron Courier.
Yeah.
That is our douchebag of the day from Kingston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
I appreciate you guys' votes, too, because the collection of weaponry for this one.
All right, let's go. Let's get 3 pieces of douchebag weaponry on this guy.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is this guy likes to, wreak havoc involving vehicles. So this is a vehicle-themed thing. We're going to start with a drive-by douching.
Okay.
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 Nice.
That's just the start.
Okay.
Usually that's a second wave or
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Let's go second wave with the douche tank.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay? This
Gas prices the way they are. Expensive.
we're going to spend some gas money on a flyby with the bunker buster. Vehicle themed douching.
Sucks is this guy's loving all this.
Right.
All these noises.
You're
right.
Congratulations, Cameron Courier. You are the douchebag of the day. Welcome back to the program, home stretch. Let's do some news.
Oh, yeah. We gonna do some news.
And your news being sponsored by.
Martin Jetco Heating and Air Conditioning, more reliable than your news source.
So get ready for a lot of simultaneously buzzing phones on October 4th because There's going to be a nationwide test of the emergency alert system and wireless emergency alerts for that day. So mark that down, October 4th. FEMA is coordinating with the Federal Communications Commission to carry out the test at approximately 1:20 p.m. St. Louis time, Wednesday, October the 4th.
Okay.
So it's going to be split into two portions. So the wireless emergency alerts, that portion of the test will be directed to all consumer cell phones. And this will be the third nationwide test, but the second test to all cellular devices. So the text message will display in either English or in Spanish, depending on the language settings of your phone. The message will read, "This is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. No action needed." Now, the alerts will be accompanied by a unique tone and vibration according to FEMA. So everybody's phone's going to be going off at once.
Fun.
Fun indeed. All wireless phones should receive the message only once. Now, the EAS portion will be sent to radios and televisions. This will be the 7th nationwide EAS test. The EAS portion will be conducted on radio and television stations, cable systems, satellite radio, TV providers, wireline video providers. It's going to be similar to the regular monthly tests. The purpose of the test is to ensure the systems will continue to be effective means of warning the public about emergencies, particularly those on a national level.
So it only happens once. If it happens twice, panic.
Will I still get my media in print? Is there any way they're going to have it in the newspaper or anything that day?
Carrier pigeon. In case the October 4th test is postponed due to like a severe weather thing or other significant event, backup test date is October the 11th.
All right.
Well, this would have been nice to know a little earlier this summer. And I'm going to take this with a grain because this is a TikTok thing. A guy on TikTok put a video out going viral, and he claims you could keep your home cooler by pointing your window blinds up instead of down.
Yes,
and we're talking about the ones with the horizontal slats.
Yeah, so the sun doesn't come in and hit the floor.
Right.
And the little rod you spin to adjust them. Did people know this already?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so my
What?
wife does this. She prefers to do it like this, and she always said, it's because the sun doesn't hit the ground.
Yeah.
My problem is if you do it like that and you forget, especially if you live it like on a second story, well then people can see up through the slats and can see you.
Yeah,
What are you doing next to your windows?
What?
Everything. Naked
Walking
Tuesday.
by in
Naked
the nude.
Tuesday.
Everything in my house. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like in the bedroom. So at night,
So
after they're like that, or if they're up, I go down and put them to face down.
You can see in, but down you can't.
Right.
Yeah, because
Unless
nobody's
you're-
above
They
my house.
almost seal them
If you're
up.
looking up.
Like
'Cause-
my apartment in college, we were on a lower level, so we flipped it up so you couldn't see in.
Yep.
People knew this already? I never knew this. Because most people think, obviously the blinds look better, pointed down, but pointing them up can supposedly make the room up to 8 degrees cooler.
Big time.
It lets less sunlight in, also bounces those UV rays up towards the ceiling instead of down towards the ground where they could, warm up the room more. I found a couple sites to back this up. This guy on TikTok doesn't say where he got the 8 degrees from. That does seem a bit extreme. But he claims he tested it, and it did change the temperature by almost that much. So try to see if it makes a difference.
Worth a try, especially in a week like last week.
It's going to be hot next week again.
I would try this, but we don't have blinds.
You still have no window treatments?
You
who
got
needs
window
those?
treatments now.
No.
This is the
know?
future. I'm not an office building.
Do you have blinds?
No.
Two
heck
grown
no.
men just
I'm not in an
window
office building.
treatments back to back. That was crazy.
Dude, this guy got a house.
Sophisticated men.
That's crazy.
This dude-
Sophisticated men.
This dude had a
crazy,
house and had no blinds, no nothing for years.
I get it. You guys said window treatments back to back.
Hey,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's just crazy. I've never heard that happen in my life.
sorry, I don't have a towel tacked up.
Hey, they're
American
tacked
flag.
up over my window.
Right.
my Snoopy towel.
What? This is my window treatment. I don't treat my windows well. Dude, it's a beach towel that looks like a naked body.
Yeah, what? A window treatment.
No, it's not. It's a curtain.
So then as we move into winter, point the shades down again. Have you ever been in this situation? Yes, we've all been in it. You're expecting an important call from somebody you don't know. So you actually have to answer calls from unknown numbers. Mm-hmm. And it's driving you up a wall.
Yeah.
Like there was a time when people heard the phone ring and you just picked it up. Remember those times?
Mm-hmm. Super fun.
And there was always somebody in the house that went, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know who's calling. Just could be
Dad, get off
could
the
be
phone.
Aunt Martha. Could be whoever.
Hi, can I speak to the head of the household?
But telemarketers, robocalls, and scammers have made it so that 80% of us don't like to answer the phone if it's an unknown number. If it's an unknown number, I ain't picking it up.
I have my phone enabled where it blocks it. It says silenced call. Potential spam. So if somebody calls me and I don't have their phone number.
Yeah, but even some of those slip through.
Not here. I mean, I get at least one spam call a day. I never hear my phone ring.
You know, I never did answer until recently, and it's all because of I've had to talk to so many different hospitals and people for my brother, you know, so now I'm kind of in the habit to go, oh no, who's this? Because I started missing all these calls that were like, hey, we need to talk to you now, or I'm, never going to get a hold of these people for days and days. So right now, I'm in this horrible window where I have to answer every call.
I get it. I get it. So in a new poll, 54% of people say they never answer calls from unknown numbers. Another 27% say it depends. And those may be cases where they're expecting calls from people they don't know, personally or for work. Only 20% of people say they always answer them.
I will say it sucks. It sucks having to answer calls that you don't know, and because I'm so paranoid from all the stories that we read about. The robocallers are now using your hellos to copy your voice,
recording your hellos,
or saying like, "Hey, is this so and so?" And then you say yes, and then they have your voice saying yes, and then they can use it for other things.
Or even when you pick up the phone, it shows you're an active number,
right?
So, and then they sell your number to other people.
So every time I'm answering in a different language, and then they say, "Is this so and so?" And I go, who is this? I'm like interrogating them before anything happens, and then it turns out to be somebody I have to talk to, and I feel bad because I just put them through a gauntlet. I put them through a gauntlet of like, okay, yeah, it is me. Let's talk about hospital bills.
Right. Phone Olympics.
Sorry, I just spoke Portuguese for 40 seconds to you. Yeah, so it gets entertaining.
You pick up unknown phone calls, Rafe?
No, and I really am. I told you guys this the other day. I'm kind of bummed Apple's gotten so good. Now it'll make it seem like you know the person. I got a call the other night, and the name came up, and it was like Casey Andrews. And I'm like, oh, I must know this person. It seemed like they were saved in my phone.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't recognize the name, but maybe it's like somebody that was a booker. Maybe it's a comedy booker whose name I forgot or something. Yeah. And then I answered it, and it was not. It was just someone a fan who got my number off the internet and called me at 9:30 at night.
Oh, great.
That's cool.
Wow.
And to their credit, they were fine. It was a little invasive because she started talking to me like she knew me, which also threw me off.
Right.
She's like, hi. So I was wondering, I'm sorry to call, but where'd your name come from?
What?
They went straight into an interview?
Went straight into wanting to know. Is that your real name?
9 o'clock at night?
I guess it is a little creepy.
And I was like, huh? Oh. She's like, I was married to a guy named Rafe, and his name was Rafer. And his name was Rafe Williams. And I just find it very interesting that your name is Rafe Williams. Is that your real name? And I kind of implied I stole her ex-husband's name or something.
Goodbye.
And I was like,
goodbye.
I'm sorry, do we know each other? And she's like, oh, no, I just moved here, and I listened to this morning radio. She didn't even know the name of the show yet.
Wow.
Whoa.
And if she's listening, you were very sweet. I'm not upset about it. It did throw me off for a second.
Maybe that would fall under the category of creepy.
His name is Rafer?
Apparently.
Imagine the spelling errors.
I know all about
Rafer.
it. I know all about it. I have to be very careful how I draw my F's when I sign my name.
Well, that's very nice, sir.
Yes, it was. But when it came up on my phone, and then I started noticing it the last few days that I do get calls from people that aren't in my phone, but it's recognizing.
Oh, it's the caller ID.
Yeah,
the caller ID is
Caller
getting
ID.
so good that it's not doesn't say unknown number anymore. It actually tells you the person's name, which I guess is useful. But not knowing that, you can't tell the difference between when you call me or when person who's not saved in my phone.
Dude,
calls.
back in the day, the phone company would allow you to put whatever you wanted on the
Caller ID.
on the caller ID. So when I would call people, it would pop up and would say a very private person, and that drove people crazy.
Yesterday, Apple sent out invites for its September press event. So the Apple special event's going to be on Tuesday, September 12th at the Steve Jobs Theater in, is that Cupertino?
Huh?
I don't know.
Is it
Cupertino.
Tina or
Cupertino.
Tino?
Cupertino.
An animal.
Silicon Valley. So Apple's expected to announce the iPhone 15 on September 12th and the new Apple Watches. The launch event will be streamed on Apple's website, noon St. Louis time. So if you're an Apple fanatic, I'm due for an upgrade. Ooh,
Yeah, me too.
upgrade,
perfect
huh?
timing.
Just in time.
I got a new one this year.
I just got I got all the emails for me and my kids because we got all the phones at the same time, and it says basically like, hey, you've just paid everything off. Would you like to go in debt and get another
right.
one?
Yes.
Oh, you're due for an upgrade. Yes, I would.
Good for you.
All right, that's your news. Here's sports. All right, Moon, what do we got?
Sports presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Think you know football? Bet on it at DraftKings at Casino Queen Sportsbook. St. Louis City SC are still top of the Western Conference, and as the season winds down a bit, what is important are not only the wins, but the points for home advantage in the playoffs. So be thinking about that. Speaking of home matches, City SC take on FC Dallas tonight at City Park. Wilson Contreras hit 2 home runs and helped the Cardinals to an actual win.
Oh,
and I'm not kidding this time. They were playing catch-up all game. Then in the 10th inning, Palacios dropped a 2-strike bunt to put Mason Wynn at third base, and Tommy Edman drilled the only pitch he saw all night for a game winner, pinch hitting for Nolan Gorman against Padres lefty Josh Hader in the 10th inning. Edman hammered that first pitch into the left field corner with what Billy Zane and Zoolander would call, it's a walk-off. It was a walk-off.
Nice.
It's a walk-off. 6-5 victory at Busch Stadium. How about some day baseball to try for another one today, 1:15 against the Padres here at Busch?
Season's turning. This is good.
Sure.
yeah.
It might be turning a little
20
differently.
games under 500. Yikes.
Might be turning
Playoff run, dude.
yeah. Might be turning a little differently for former Cardinal Harrison Bader. He was in the kitchen inside the Yankees clubhouse about 10 to 15 minutes before yesterday's game when he looked up at the TV and was tuned into ESPN. And it said, Harrison Bader placed on waivers. His first reaction was, what does waivers mean?
You're off the team, buddy.
Then, after finding out the pending free agent center fielder had to go play a game. So this dude played a game while on waivers. He learned that what this is it gives contending teams the chance to claim you and have them on their roster by Friday, which would make him eligible for the postseason roster for other teams.
Oh, that's all right.
If Bader is not claimed in the 48-hour waivers period, he would remain on the Yankees roster. But that's kind of a wild way to find out.
On TV, yeah.
I'm Moon, and that's your sports because of doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
All right, thank you, Moon. One final break. We'll come back and wrap her up. I think I have a low blood sugar.
I know. You need to get that blood
I'm
work
fading.
done.
I'm fading.
You haven't eaten for
I'm fading.
5 hours.
I haven't eaten for 8 hours, guys. Jeez.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
You're still with us though.
You're
This
so
is good.
brave.
You're looking good.
So brave.
Six pack now.
So brave.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Donnie next. Today's Pappy's Recappy.
Brought to you by Pappy's Smokehouse, St. Peter's, your summer barbecue headquarters, Highway 70 and Mid-Rivers Mall Drive. Well, your fasting didn't hurt you in matchup with Moon.
Yeah, that's right. Made me sharper.
It sure did.
Were.
Or it made me dumber. Check that out on the podcast. It's available everywhere. Everything that we covered on the show today is, of course, up on the blog. Sports, crap on celebrities, a lot of Riz news. We had 2 douchebags of the day, although one came out victorious by unanimous vote. Unanimous vote. Check that out on the blog as well. 1057thepoint.com/Riz. Today, the podcast title is I've Got Weird Ear Holes.
All right.
Find out who said that.
Yep. All right. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen?
No.
Well,
Tomorrow, Craigslist Freak of the Year playoffs continue. Another round 1 matchup. So stay tuned for that. And a lot of fun. A lot of fun on the Big Thursday show tomorrow. All right, we leave you with a selection from our